What's going on? Hey, welcome into the Boston Sports Summit. We are officially going live tonight, a special edition where like I said, we're the Boston Sports Summit presented by the Grid Network. We have NBA Finals Game 2 after an absolutely dominating Game 1. The Boston Celtics looked to make this a 2-0 series lead with a win tonight. Hopefully they could do it on their own home floor. So far this postseason, Game 2s have not gone well for them, going just 1-2 so far. I am your host, Tim Barnard, and as you can see behind me, we're ready. It's playoff time, baby. It is all good for the playoffs. We're excited. We're coming at you on the Grid Network's YouTube channel and on the Grid Network Twitter. It is going to be a fun one. I have my dog right next to me. She is the best, except she loves the moisturizer I use. So she's just, licking my arm. That's why she's right over my corner here. Here, say hi. Look at this little one. How can you not love this cute little face? So, yeah, we got Celtics playoff tonight. Oh, man, I am pumped. It's going to be a good one. I mean, so far this season, the Celtics are 12-0 on Sunday games. So let's hope, again, they can continue that streak. Game's going to start in probably about, 7 to 10 minutes. It says 8 o'clock, but with the NBA Finals, you guys know that they always love to drag it out as long as possible. So it's going to be a tough one. If you guys don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. We got the Grid Network, which has a ton of content, a lot of great guys who are hosting shows on here, and they're going to join me throughout the game tonight. So that's going to be a little bit of fun. We got some Celtics fans. We got some non-Celtic fans. And I'm excited to see how everything kind of unfolds. Dallas showed up in the third quarter, but for the most part, it was the Luka show. Without Luka, they absolutely flopped. Kristaps Porzingis coming off the bench was the spark I think the Celtics needed. And it was evident. The guy had 15 points at half in just, 15, 20 minutes of play. He was unreal. And as I'm looking at the countdown to tip-off, the Celtics are 7-1 when Brown scores 25 or more points this postseason. So I wholeheartedly believe Jaylen Brown will get his, just like Luka's going to get his. I was a little nervous, with them coming, with the Mavs coming back, making it a tight ball game after the Celtics pulled off a 29-point lead. But then, of course, a couple bad turnovers by the Mavs. Celtics were able to get on a roll, and the rest was obviously history. So I'm hoping that I think this is going to be a tighter game. I know I said on Wednesday that I think the Celtics are going to lose tonight, but I want them to win. I want this to be sweet, baby. Just get it done, get it out. That's it. We don't want to mess around with this team. Honestly, the Celtics are so much better, so much deeper than the Mavs. I mean, if I'm drafting this series, right? If I'm going to draft this series, I'm obviously taking Tatum at number 1, Luka at number 2. And then from there, I think it's a toss-up between Kyrie and Jaylen. If I'm not taking mental clarity into it, I would take Kyrie just based on pure talent alone. But if I'm taking the whole aspect of Kyrie with what he's done in his past and what he claims to be, then I'm obviously going to take Jaylen over Kyrie, because even on Thursday night, Kyrie was chatting up some of the crowd. He was getting into it with some of the crowd, which shows me that Kyrie's not this mental clarity that he claims to have. Sure that he's cool and whatnot, but when it comes to Boston, there is something deep where Kyrie's not the same dude. Kyrie is not the same dude. And Boston is going to get under his skin just by booing him. That's what it is. By booing him, Kyrie has not played well in Boston. He has lost every single game that he's to Boston over the last 3 years, 4 years, dating back to the Celtics sweeping the Nets. He has not done well going up against the Celtics. So I'm hoping that continues. Obviously, him scoring 12 points, 6 of 19, 0 for 5 from 3. Yeah, that's not going to continue. Kyrie will be better. And obviously, like I said, Luka's going to get his. But as long as Luka gets his, what does really that mean? Because if he gets 30-plus points with, 20-plus field goal attempts, I think the Celtics are going to take that all day, every day. And I would too. Because it reminds me of, as I mentioned on Thursday, during the lead up to Game 1, our show, Boston Sports Summit, I said the way you're going to have to attack Dallas is attack them like Bill Belichick attacked the Bills in 1990. Let Thurman Thomas run all over you, but just make sure you stop Jim Kelly and that run and gun offense, or whatever nickname they had for it back in the 90s there. And it worked. Thurman Thomas got over 100 yards. Had the Bills won, clearly would have been MVP. But obviously Scott Norwood missed wide right, and New York won. That's the same thing with, I think, Dallas. Is Luka's going to get his, but if he gets his where you're only going, where he's taking over 20-plus shot attempts and he gets 30-plus, yeah, I'll take that all day long, because he's not going to go 19 for 20 and score 30 points. You know what I mean? And he's just not going to go 19 for 20. I think the Celtics defense is just too good. That's the thing that I feel like a lot of the mainstream media, ESPN, has been trying to push down our throats with the Celtics versus the Mavs. Just how, the Mavs are so much better. The Mavs this, the Mavs that, Luka, Kyrie, the best duo in basketball. It's like, okay, fine. All intents and purposes, fine. I'll give you the best duo. I don't believe it, but for what it's worth, sure, they can have the best duo. But when you have a team of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Al Horford, and listen, Al's definitely older. He's aged pretty much out of it, but he's still playing pretty well. He's still being able to be that spread big man, being able to line up in the corner. That's what I love about the Celtics, is that they're deep. And I didn't even mention Kristaps Porzingis, who just came back after about a month off with his calf injury and just lit it up. Absolutely lit it up. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And it looks like they're announcing, they're doing the national anthem right now. You get the Massachusetts Army National Guard holding the flags, which is awesome. It's always good to see. I would unmute this and let them sing the national anthem, but I don't want to get it copyright infringement just for the national anthem, which, you never know. You never know. Sheena Mawani, singer and social media artist, wearing a Celtics jacket. Can't beat that. Big Celtics fan, I guess. I have no idea who she is, but hey, she, hopefully she does a great job. And I think she will. She's singing right now, but overall, I'm excited. I think that the Celtics are, like I said, much better, much deeper, and the only way, at least from my thought, is that the only way the Celtics lose is that they shoot themselves in the foot. They are the ones that are, taking 100 shots, 100 threes, just clanking them, even if they build up a lead, still trying to focus on that 3-point attempt, which drives me insane. I can't stand that. You're up 29 points. Just go to the hole, get the easy bucket. But they still refuse to do that. And not always, but sometimes. So, and Jason Kidd trying to get all smart, trying to get all Red Auerbach-y. Somebody was claiming earlier today with his whole, Jaylen Brown's clearly the best player on the Celtics. Good try. Because that's not going to work. And if it, the best thing that can happen out of it is that it's going to be a Jaylen versus Jason game tonight, meaning that if Jaylen Brown scores a 3, Jason Tatum's going to score a 3. They are going to play off each other. They're going to go back and forth. It's just going to be a Jaylen and Jason show. I would love to see that, just to kind of shove it in Kidd's face and for him to be all smart, try to, sever the team and, say, oh, this guy is clearly better than who is arguably the best guy. Like, come on. Like, we're smarter than that. This isn't Red Auerbach. And if Red Auerbach were to do this, trust me, he would come up with such a better and clever way to create that divide than just saying, oh yeah, I think Jaylen Brown's the best player on the Celtics. Like, come on. It's so dumb. And with the Celtics mystique, I was watching the 30 for 30 on the Lakers and Celtics, and I absolutely love that 84 championship just for the sheer fact that McHale clotheslined Kurt Rambis. And the funny part was, again, watching that over and over again, seeing that clip 1,000 times. Not only was that just a regular foul, wasn't even a flagrant foul, but just seeing how when Kurt gets up, it's actually James Worthy who saves Kevin McHale from Kurt Rambis, because Rambis gets up and in a fit of rage is running over to sock McHale, and just how Worthy kind of grabs and shoves him and he just loses it. It's hilarious. But yeah, so I think overall I'm excited tonight. It should be a good game too. We're going to be throwing up the game cast here in just a minute once tip-off happens. So make sure that if you can watch this, be sure to keep watching this show, because you're going to get my unfiltered, raw reactions to every minute of this game. We're going all the way to the end of the game, and I'll give you some post-time thoughts as well. But post-game. So, and don't forget, leave a comment. Like, share, let everybody know that you're watching the Boston Sports Summit go live, watching Tim, give his unfiltered raw reactions. It's going to be a fun one. And as long as the Celtics win, it's a good night. I just hope that it's somewhat of a better game, because we'll have a lot more to talk about. But, I just want them to win. And I think, you guys want them to win too. But like I said, don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. You can follow me all across social media. You got Boston Sports Summit on Instagram, on X, Twitter. I always call it Twitter, but, I'm on there a lot. So like I said, leave a comment, follow. It helps the algorithm. Don't forget, the Grid Network has a ton of great content. So please don't forget to like and follow them, listen to their shows. All our guys here on the Grid Network, dare to be different. That's what we are. That's what we're doing. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited. We got the tip-off happening in just a couple minutes. Like I said, I thought this game was going to tip off at 8:05. It's 8:06 and counting. So they love milking it, man. They absolutely love milking it. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. And listen, I got my Bar More shirt. Great restaurant down in Newton Center. Got my Sam Adams, obviously, because that's all I drink. But got the Celtics jerseys behind me, and most importantly, I got my Celtics jacket with me right here. So we're going full green teamer right here. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. There's probably gonna be some. Oh, there she is. There's my little pup. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's always NBA Finals, man. It's a fun one. I will admit, first and foremost, the fouls in the NBA drive me bananas because I swear to God, some of these guys, you don't even touch them, and they are called for a foul, which is ridiculous. And then obviously the infamous Paul Pierce move with a pump fake and then diving into the guy's chest. That's always funny to watch. But yeah, again, is it truly a foul? I mean, it was fully intended. The rules have definitely been manipulated for sure, which I think has led to a lesser product. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best product, but I also understand that a clothesline's a clothesline. If I'm relating the fouls of today to 1984, like again, a clothesline is a flagrant foul. But hey, they didn't call it like that. So I don't get me wrong. I think it would be great to go to have something in between where, again, these guys are much tougher than what they are. I mean, they're tough, but they're not as tough, I think, today. So, and you got Luka Doncic, who was questionable today. He's going to play, and as you can see, they're wrapping him up. The one thing that kind of bugs me about that is, it just feels like they're trying to give Luka the benefit of the doubt. So if Dallas loses, hey, look, Luka was injured. There's nothing you can do about that. And the Celtics, got lucky. Or if Dallas wins, it's Willis Reed all over again. It's the flu game for Dallas and Luka. So yeah, it feels like that's the narrative they're going to try to go with, and good, as they're showing Boston starting lineup. Al Horford is starting, which I like. Get Porzingis off the bench. So looks like tip off is happen. Let's share screen here. All right. And there we go. Let's go big here. All right. So I'm just going to be upfront with you. My stream's going to be a few behind. So ironically, I'm watching the game live, but it's not as fast as the screen, the game cast here. So with the Celtics being up tied too, it's going to be interesting. All right, yeah, Kyrie driving, trying to get that early bucket. Shaka. Jalen, what are you doing, dude? I mean, he's getting double teamed on that, but you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot with that type of pass. Oh man. Oh, yep. All right. Hey, it's all right. 7-2. Derek White's bringing it up. And just like I said, Dallas going to come out, firing. They're gonna want to be better, obviously, than they were the other night, being down 29 points. Get in there. Oh, Jalen, how do you miss that? Yeah, Kyrie. I can't believe he didn't shoot that over Al Horford, to be honest with you. I thought that was clearly going to go in. Interesting move having Holiday on Doncic. Yeah, switching over to Horford. Turn around. Oh, he front rimmed it. Come on, get the. There we go. Right there. Come on, Al. Bam! Let's go. The crowd's going to be pumped after that one. All right, we got Shaq and Paul. Shaq and the Truth sitting next to one another courtside. Love to see it. Love when Paul Pierce is in the building. Absolutely. Foul. Damn. Already going, talking about kids' speech there, pregame. Mavs keep the ball. Luka just driving in, step back, got it. Again, it's just going to be simple stuff. Right now, Dallas is doing exactly what I want the Celtics to do, especially after they build that big lead, which is get to the rim. Get the high percentage shots. Jason going. There we go. Attaboy, Drew. Sometimes it's so funny. Jason will drive to the rim. Yeah, okay, he's going through some contact. But as he goes up, he has a clear shot at the rim and will all of a sudden just, oh my, come on, guys, get the ball. Seriously? Stupid. But, yeah, Jason will go up to get, and then we'll dish it out to somebody on the three. And it's like, dude, okay, yeah, you went through some contact, but now you have a clear shot at the rim. Like, what are you doing? There was no need for that. So, all right, let's see. Dallas retains the ball. I got it. I got a 9-6 ball game with a little under 9 to go. Luka just with the lucky bounces right now. Man. Yeah, he's 3 for 4. Jalen. Come on, Jason. And again, I don't need Jason to have too strong off the backboard. I don't need Jason Tatum to have a 50-point game tonight. But I do want him to have a good game. Don't even tell me. All right, good. No, Kyrie, come on. Stop your whining. No way. Yeah, all right, White's hand is there. But again, Derek White gets all ball. Don't even tell me that you think that's a foul, please. What are they calling? Is that a 3 or is that a 2? 2. Celtics call a timeout, obviously. And again, I mean, listen, obviously the Mavs wanted to come out hot. The Mavs wanted to come out swinging, and there was no doubt. And look at Kyrie looking back at the crowd. I'm telling you, Boston is in his head. We as Celtics fans live rent-free in that dude's head. 1,000%. 1,000%. So, it's so funny, listening to the lead up that took 3 weeks. I mean, honestly, it felt like it took 3 weeks just to get to game 1. But yeah, he thinks that he's this changed man and that, it's gonna, change, that he's going to be cool, Mr. Cool, Calm, and Collective, playing at the Garden after what he did to us Celtics fans. Now, I kind of agree with Aaron, who was on the show on Thursday, where it's like, listen, yeah, I'm kind of over it. It is what it is. And the funny part is, I agree to some extent because I do feel that Kyrie has been away for so long, but also with him leaving, it allowed Jalen and Jason to slowly take over, to slowly build up their leadership and their leadership styles. Unfortunately, Marcus Smart was a massive hindrance to that, and I was saying that for a long time because I'll be honest, I couldn't stand Marcus Smart. Honestly, couldn't stand the guy. So we got carving it up with Bryson Carver. He is one of the contributors to the Grid Network. So if you haven't checked out his show, check it out. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He chimes in. He could be a changed man, and there still be two-way animosity between Kyrie and Boston. Two things can't be true. And yeah, like, listen, I'm not necessarily saying that he's not a changed man, but what I am saying is there is still the old Kyrie where Boston lives rent-free in his head. Like, that's so outside of Boston, sure, he could be, Mr. Perfect, right? But when it comes to playing at the Garden, when it comes to being in front of Boston and the Celtics fans, oh yeah, he's his old self. He'll never, I think, outgrow Celtics, and just like we'll never get tired of booing him. I think honestly, every time it could be, let's say Kyrie plays until 2030. I think if he plays until 2030, then the Celtics fans are going to keep booing him every time he comes to the Garden until then. Now, is it right, to go that much longer? I think it might be a little much. It might get to a point. I think we might be at a point, especially if the Celtics win this series, that it's like, you know what? We don't need to boo Kyrie as much as we did. Let's, we already beat him in the finals. We're good. Like, there's nothing that he can do further. But, oh, yeah. Right now, Boston totally lives rent-free in his head, without a doubt. All right, so the Celtics are back. They get the ball. What are we going to do here? Jalen, it's Holiday, wide open three. Off the rim. Oh, come on. No foul? All right, it's fine. We get the ball back. Come on. Give it over to Al. What? Jeez. Overshot that one. All right, so it's still 13-6. Man. Luka. Oh, God. All right, good. He missed that one. Let's go. Come on, boys. We got to get something moving here. Took a timeout. Jason with a step over three. All right, now they're starting to get pretty cute with the threes. And this is what's kind of pissing me off. All right, you're not making them right now. Just let's get the easy bucket. All right, we got the steal. Come on, Derek. Give it over to Jalen. Back to Derek. And the foul. All right. No bucket, but we got a foul. White's getting up for two easy ones here. Let's hope. Wait, what? What's going on here? Yeah, it's a shooting foul. All right, the Mavericks can take a timeout, I guess. Was not expecting that. I figured that if anybody could call a timeout, it would have been the Celtics. But no, Mavs are taking a full timeout. All right, I'm just gonna kick back, relax some more. We got everything going on for us, and obviously gonna retweet this video. So, gotta keep it going, right? Gotta keep the social media streaming alive. Unfortunately, I tried to stream to my page as well, but it just didn't work. So, hey, at least we're up somewhere. All right, so. Okay, how many capitals can I make this? I will say the one thing too about being an open account is the fact that you have all these bots trying to follow you. It's so ridiculous. It's like I feel like for every follower I get 10 bots who try to follow me. It's like, no, we're not doing this. We're not playing this game. But yeah, so Celtics, I wouldn't say obviously not off to a great start, but they're, the game's not over. The game is clearly not over. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Game 2 live stream of the Boston Sports Summit. I'm your host, Tim Barnett. And, man, is this going to be a fun game. And it's good right now. Not great. It would have been great if the Celtics are up 13-6. But, hey, it's all right. I knew Dallas was going to try to come out swinging. They made some adjustments. Porzingis hasn't even been in the game yet. So there's still some time. There's still some time. There's plenty of time. What do we have? We got 7 minutes remaining. Kristaps just entered the game. Yeah, really. Porzingis was the difference maker in game 1, 1,000%. So it should be interesting to see what happens in this game. Yeah, I just got to turn on the light here. All right, there we go. Much better. I can see my good looking face. But no, yeah, it's I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this start that the Celtics are having because they're what right now? Have they made a 3-point today? As I'm looking over the box score. No, they haven't made a single 3-point attempt. They're 0 for 3. And you got Tatum 0 for 2 overall. Horford's obviously 1 for 2. Holiday getting all our points, basically. So, yeah, I mean, we have a game. We absolutely have a game. And there was a coach's challenge. Replay supports the call. All right. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, PJ Washington wow, I can't believe they challenged that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, call was clearly upheld. Morons. Who thought that was a good idea? Honestly, who thought that, again, all these guys doing challenge. 9 times out of 10, they're wrong. Like, it's clear as day. All right, good. White is perfect from the free throw stripe, but it's so dumb watching these guys challenge. And then you watch the replay and you're like, dude, you clearly did it. Like, come on. The only one I'll give you is all those, blocks that, you're trying to jump straight up and you lean into the guy and that's how it happens. What is Lively doing? There we go. Attaboy, Jalen. Come on. Gets your ass, Luka. Bam! Let's go, baby. There it is. That's what we needed. The building is going to be alive now. Man, what a great individual effort by Jaylen Brown. Running down the floor, gets past Luka, and has a clear dunk to the bucket as Luka friggin' travels right there. All right, good. He missed that. Porzingis gets the rebound. There we go. We got to attack Luka, make him defend. Jason, what the? Who is 42 for Dallas? Who is he? Max Keeber? Yeah. Bum. For that little maneuver, swiping Tatum like that as he's trying to make it to the hole, which, thank you, what I've been saying this whole time. And Jalen just slamming that thing home with authority. Let's go. All right. Porzingis gets it at the wing. Tatum now has it at the wing. Guarded tightly by Kyrie. What was Tatum trying to draw the call? Is it a call or is it a jump ball? I'm going to try to – I will say that's the one tough part, trying to watch this game with no sound. Yeah. Dude. What was that? All right. So, Celtics ball, get it again. There we go. Porzingis trying to drive to the lane. And, rims out. Gets the shooting foul, though. All right. Hey, I'll take points, man. Let's get the points. Let's get the points. Come on. We can make this a 1-point game right here. Yeah. See, the Mavericks have no answer for the switching, especially when you have Kristaps, a 7'3" big man that can shoot the threes like that. and try to drive the lane. Like, come on. There we go. That's one. Yeah, I can already look at the box score, but I don't care. I told you, I am behind. I hate to admit it, but I am watching on YouTube TV, which is the stream that NBA Finals are supporting, and yet I'm behind ESPN. You would think that I would be right in sync with cable, with live TV. No. Every single time, I am always at least 10 seconds behind. And, let's go. Attaboy, Porzingis. Yes, the block. Come on, boys. Holiday from the corner dishes it out to White, over to Tatum, right at the elbow. Tries to make a step back. Baseline jumper. Off the back rim. All right. Look, Dallas going to try to slow things up here. Yeah, nobody's shooting well from three today so far in this game. Tatum. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was a foul. But that should be a foul on the floor. That wasn't a shooting foul by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to rule that shooting foul. Of course. Of course they rule it a shooting foul. That should have been a good challenge, because you could argue that Luka Doncic lost control of the ball before he even started his shooting motion. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? There was no way that Luka was in the act of shooting when Tatum fouled him. 0% chance. And then obviously watching Porzingis block, like, yeah, buddy. Again, he's been a catalyst ever since he came back. And there it is. Good. Luka, 0 for 2. Love to see it. Because, again, he wasn't in the act of shooting. Those free throws were absolutely justified in him missing both of them. All right, we got a man open. Hauser for 3. Damn, off the rim. Come on, guys. Going deep. That's Boston ball. There we go. Let's go. Boston's got the ball. Luka trying to go for the home run shot. Travel. Oh, of course. Really? There's no way. Challenge it. Right. Come on. What do we got here? Oh, no. Of course, they're showing the replay of Lively. Missing the Hail Mary shot. Luka trying to make a move on Tatum. Step back. Fall away. Got it. All right. So, yeah, so far, again, we were doing so well. We were getting everybody into it by going to the hole. And now we've been shooting threes again. And look what's happened. Porzingis. Nice. Way to move, Porzingis. Porzingis, 4 points, 1 block. Attaboy. Yeah, again, catalyst. Tatum on Luka. I'm loving the defense. Travel, yeah, buddy. Let's go. See, again, that's the thing I love about. That's why I would take Tatum over Luka any day of the week, is because Tatum gives his full effort. It is up, all right, sure, he might not score 35 points a game. Big deal. The dude's he reads the game well. He's dishing it out. Porzingis, guys, all right. We got to figure out the whole 3 time. But, yeah, Tatum playing solid defense on Luka. Wow. That's, again, Luka's going to get his. I'm going to keep saying it. We made this a 1-point game twice. And I'm still at 18-14 here. Hauser. Oh, God. All right. I'm back. I'm back on the Hauser's a bum train. Hauser played a good game in game 1, but right now, easy transition buckets. Easy transition buckets for Dallas. What are we doing? Why are we all bunched up in the wing, guys? Come on. All right, Brown trying to call a play here. Every single time. Celtics haven't made a three yet today. Now what? Josh Green? What's going on? What did Josh Green? What happened to Josh Green? I'm sorry. I was still frustrated with Jaylen Brown missing a three, which every single guy has done so far. And, hey, I'll take it. Holiday going to the stripe. I'll take it. Let's go. Bang. All right. That's one. Woo, man. How we feeling tonight? Let's go. Come on, Boston. Let's go, C's. This is what it should be. This is what it should be. All right. Perfect from the line. Perfect from the line. Let's go. See? Again, Boston's like hanging around. We're in this. If we made 2 threes, we would be winning right now. Just 2 of the missed threes. Yeah. Oh, no way. No way. Seriously? Luka, you could see him dive into his shoulder. Drew Holiday wasn't even provoked. And then... And he hit him in the friggin' elbow. But, again, another example of in the act of shooting my ass. 99% of the guys in the NBA, every time they get fouled, they always try to act like they're shooting. And a good majority of those cases, it's not called. So far, both of Luka's free throw attempts have not been in the act of shooting, yet he tries to make it look like that, and they've been in the act of shooting. My ass. Like, please, spare me. And, yeah, he makes both of them. Shaka. All right. All right, so let's see. Brown's trying to make it a one-man show here. Come on, dish out. Oh, yep. All right, good. Got Kyrie on the foul for Hauser. But I don't know. I don't think House is going to go to the stripe for that. With all the calls they made on Luka and his act of shooting, Hauser should be going to the stripe for that. What are we doing? Yeah, hey, it's still got a lot of game left here. A lot of game left. Yeah. And I will say, you can't count this team out. You can't count this team out. Man, Jaylen Brown has definitely been arguably our best player in the postseason. But do I still think that Jason Tatum is better? Yeah, absolutely. That's the $1 million question, right? That everyone wants to make. But I don't buy it. I don't buy it. All right, so House is going to the line. Dallas is wildly unprepared right now. No, I'm just kidding. Luka's taking a seat. Yeah, trying to act up his... Oh, there's Mark Cuban. I was wondering if he was going to make an appearance at the Garden. Yeah, the boy, Sam. Yeah, Mark Cuban hiding with all the other coaches. Yeah. That's what we... Surprised they haven't showed him. Even though he sold part of his team, right? Part of the team. To his daughter or something like that. There we go. See, keep it going. Perfect from the stripe. You know, I'd rather be perfect from the stripe than, losing by that. Leading after one, both teams have very good records. And then down after one. It's not the best. It's 2 minutes left in the first. Jalen playing great defense on Kyrie. Seriously? What happened? 24-second? Oh, he stepped out of bounds? I'll take it. I'll take it any which way. 2:02 left. 2:02 left, baby. 5 turnovers for Dallas to 2 Boston turnovers. See, like, that's the thing. Like, okay, yeah, we're down 4 right now. Now what? Yeah, watching the replay of Jalen and Kyrie. Yeah. The guy's like standing up going, well, it's a foul. No, Jaylen Brown played phenomenal defense against Kyrie right there, without a doubt. It's almost like they learned off of one another. It's almost like Kyrie taught him a thing or two. Porzingis going to the line. All right. There we go. That's it. We got one. It's a 3-point game now. Jalen 7-12 in game 1. Love to see it. Love to see it. There it is. There it is. All right. 2-point game. Shooting 5 of 16 for field goals, 9 of 18. Yeah, that's got to change. Yeah, see, that's the thing. 2 of 4, 0 for 7 from 3. My God, how many times that guy going to hop across the baseline there? Now what? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Well, you can't go for the friggin' rebounds anymore. Is that what's going to happen? Yeah, here's a finger waving, right? Let's watch the replay. All right. Jalen got his man, trying to box him out, going for the ball, and the guy just falls. The guy's weak-willed, not allowed to do anything. And come on. Seriously? Please tell me that that's not going to be. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. See, this is the problem. Thank you. Thank you for missing that free throw. You don't deserve it for getting those freaking calls. Just terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't know how, like, honestly, that's the type of stuff that pisses me off. Jaylen Brown made a great play and gets screwed. There, see? All right, get the ball. That's it. That's it. Hey, look at that. See? See how funny that works when you actually get the right call, or when the free throws go your way, right? Because there was no reason for that to be a foul. Kristaps over. There it is. Hey, we got ourselves a tie ball game, baby, with just over a minute remaining. Oh, nice little head flop there. Washington. Nice little push off. Come on. Yeah, and they're going to call it. Oh, they didn't call it. All right. Good, as they shouldn't have. Kyrie trying to drive the lane. He's good, man. He's good. Not going to deny that. Not going to deny that. Kyrie's 3 or 4 from the field. Wide open from the wing. Come on. The back rim. How many times are we going to miss from 3? Can't one of them fall? 0 for 8 so far. Again, imagine if just 2 fell. Celtics would be winning right now. And that would have been huge. Had that one right there fallen in. 8.9 seconds left. I want Horford from the corner. Let's go. There we go. 2, 1. Oh, don't even. No way. Oh, God. Right at the effing buzzer. Oh, that sucks. Actually, wait a minute. Porzingis hit White. Nobody hit this jackass. Porzingis, that's so funny. No, and of course they're gonna give it to him. Like nobody touched him. And Porzingis ran into White. Like that's what's so funny about that. That's so ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. Yeah, 0.1 seconds left and they're taking Kyrie out. Stupid. Just stupid. All right. That's the first quarter. 28-25 Mavs. Josh Green, loser. Flopper. You know, like, come on. What are we doing? All right. So, Celtics are down 3, have shot 1 for 9 from 3-point attempts. So, yeah, overall, again, I'm not too concerned. I know it seems like a daunting, like a daunting thing, but I've said it once, I'll say it again. This team is too good, too deep to really let something like that affect them. And again, had the Celtics made 2, all right, so at this point, 2 more threes. Let's say they made 3 3-pointers. We would be talking about a very different game right now. Going 3 for 9 from 3. It's rare that this team misses these many threes. It is rare. So, yeah. So, overall, like I said, I'm not too concerned. I mean, PJ Washington, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, shooting lights out. But when you look at it, Washington is 2 for 3. His only shot is 1 for 1 from threes. Kyrie, 4 for 5. He's got 8 points. No 3-point attempts. So Kyrie is getting to the hole every time. And again, super talented with the ball, and that's what he does. If he can get to the lane, drive the lane, get to the hole, then yeah, the way he is able to kiss the basketball off the glass is arguably the best I've ever seen. And then Luka, 5 for 7, 1 of 2, he's got 13 points, and has is what 2 of 4 from the line tonight. Blocks, assists, steals, rebounds, free throws. Yeah, 2 of 4. All right, and Gafford is 0 for 2, rightfully so. So yeah, so now again, you're watching just how Luka is driving the lane because Derek White can't close because he doesn't want to leave his man wide open for the corner 3. But same thing, and as you're watching Drew Holiday trying to figure that decision out. Do I double team Luka and leave my guy wide open in the corner that he's just going to easily give it to? Or do I kind of play 50-50 and look like I'm going to make something, and then Luka just does what he does? So, I don't know. But, yeah, right now, Dallas, I feel like should be scaring me that they're ahead by 3. But I'm really not that worried. Tatum 0 for 4 and I know he mentioned it after game 1 that he was nervous. Going into game 1. Is he nervous again? Are these nerves getting the best of him? Going 0 for 4? Like that's because again, I've been saying for the last 2 days, imagine if Tatum was playing well in game 1, like then that third quarter, I don't think would have happened. But Tatum's got 1 offensive rebound, 1 defensive rebound. He's got 1 assist. So I mean, he hasn't been great, but Porzingis is lighting it up again. Going 2 of 3. He's got 4 for 4 from the line. And then, Drew Holiday got the most points on the second most points on the team. Porzingis has the most points on the team. So we got Pritchett in the game. I'm assuming Dallas put all their guys back in. White from the baseline. Got it. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on. What do we got? We got Pritchard and Porzingis off the bench, Jalen, Jason, and White. There we go. Pritchard. I was going to say making it hard on Luka, but that didn't happen. All right, so now White's got the ball, moving it up. Come on, what are we doing here? Tatum on Kyrie. Nice bounce pass to Brown. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, come on, boys. We gotta block them here. Luka from the corner. That stupid ass one hopper that he has. That he puts it up. Like loser. Actually, I do like Luka, but it's the little things like that drive me nuts. Pritchard. Oh, God. We're getting good looks. We're getting good looks from three. I just don't know why they're not dropping. All right, good. Dallas with another turnover. Can we please? Wait. Oh, yeah. Luka got the three. And now. Oh, damn. What are we doing? What are we doing? They turn it over. We turn it over. It's a 4-point game for Dallas. Make it a 6-point game. All right, that's funny. At the start of the game, the Jumbotron put a image of Kyrie saying, I thought it was going to be louder in here. Man, rough start. Rough start to the second quarter right now. I swear, if that guy didn't get if he didn't get those 3 free throws there to end the quarter, which I don't think he should have gotten. There we go. Luka missed the 3. All right, Drew, come on. Move it up. Tatum. That's it. Get his first points of the game. There we go. All right. Tatum is on the board. Hopefully he sees the ball go in the basket. That'll start something for him. Come on. Pritchard playing great defense on Kyrie. My goodness. There it is. Makes Kyrie miss. Holiday with the rebound. Again, 4-point game. We're closing in, but we just can't get over that friggin' hump. Kyrie trying to make a move, but he misses. That's it. Porzingis with a nice, easy bucket. Let's go. 2-point game. Again. Are we doing anything, boys? Porzingis, 10 points. Ugh. That's it. Get the rebound. Attaboy, White. Again, that's the thing. Luka, Tatum from the corner. Oh! Pritchard with the offensive rebound. Mr. Offensive Rebound. Peyton Pritchard. Do not put up another 3, Jason. Get in the bucket. Really? Come on. No call? Hey, Lively? Did they call it? Good. Good. Celtic ball. Yeah, Derek Lively. A nice little shove on Porzingis. Good call. Good call. What's that? His second of the night? Now Porzingis is taking a seat. Brown sitting down too. God, 1 of 11 from 3. I still can't get over that right now. Just nothing falling for the Celtics. Looks like Dallas trying to go tall right now. White from the corner. There we go. Celtics finally take the lead. Oh, my goodness. It's all we need, man. First lead of the game. Down 7 was the most. All right. 2 of 12. Let's hope that this is the start of something. That's it. Double team. All right, dish out from the wing. There we go. Get the rebound. Ah, damn. Oh, that's it. Can't hold on. Dished it up. What? Oh, blocked. Get the ball. Keep the ball. There we go. Still got full 24, basically, because that was not an offensive rebound. It's blocked. What are we doing? Jason one-on-one against Luka. Goes right by him. And then, of course, they're not going to call that. Good. Get out. Get the ball. There it is. All right. Good defense. Transition points, boys. Nah, that's not happening anymore. What? Timeout. All right. All right. Things were getting a little sloppy right there, but I will admit, the defensive end coming back, Luka, not giving Luka that easy bucket was huge right there to put them up 37-36. Because then he dishes it to Lively, who he's off his rocker, and he misses. So that's good. Then, that whole sequence fell the way it did, because that was ridiculous. Tatum going to the line, or going to the hole, not getting the bucket, I thought was crazy. Just to have finally our second three-pointer fall. It only took 12 attempts. Like, that's absurd to me, going 1 for 6, 1 for every 6. And granted, I think in the second quarter, we're what? 2 for 3 or 2 for 4 from 3, if I'm doing that math right. Let's see. Let's look at this. All right. 4, 16. Okay, so Peyton Pritchard missed. So we're 0 for 1 from 3. And then out of bounds. Porzingis made. Tatum missed a 3, so we're 0 for 2. All right, so we're 1 for 3. We're 1 for 3 in the second quarter. Hey, it's better than going 0 for 8. It's what we were in the first at one point. I think we went, 1 for 9? No, 1 for, let's see, 3, 2 for 12. Yeah, 1 for 9. 1 for 9 in the first quarter. And yet we have a 1-point lead right now. Oh, man. It's a good game. Now, I only imagine if the Celtics keep it up. What can happen then? Let's see. What are we watching now? Is this another horror movie? I swear, the amount of horror movies that they're just turning out today are just so dumb. So stupid. Like, can we please, I don't know. I'm not a horror movie guy. Never have been, never will be. I think the only true horror movie I ever saw was when I was in college and we watched the original Omen, which I will admit, the premise today still scares the crap out of me. It absolutely still scares the crap out of me, that premise. But the horror aspect of it, watching it in 2013, 2014, compared to like when it came out in the 70s. Oh yeah. Like it was actually kind of funny watching the guy's head get chopped off. You can clearly see it's a doll head. like it's that type of stupid, but that's I think the only true horror movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And trust me, I don't plan on watching that again or any other horror movie. I stick to sports. All right, Holiday. What's he doing? Come on. Oh, God. Wow, the fact that went off, rimmed out, I think was wild. But that was absolutely foolish. Terrible possession. Holiday should have never dished it out, being underneath the net like that. But I got Tatum and Luka one-on-one. I like this matchup. I think Tatum has – now what? Are they calling a foul on Horford? Highest career points per game following a loss. 34.3 to Jordan's. Was it 3 seconds? See, this is the problem. And good. Luka missed. Pritchard, defensive 3 seconds. Crazy. All right. Again, I need to see. I'm not watching who's in the paint. So, like, I'm obviously watching the ball. I need to go back and watch that. But sure, I guess I'll give it to you if that's really what you want. Oh, front red. All right. Transition. Let's go. Jalen. Nice move. Nice underneath move. Let's go. Great stop and go. By Brown. 9-0 run in the last 4 minutes and change. Peyton Pritchard on Kyrie. I never thought that would be as good of a matchup as it was the previous go around. And now you got from the corner. Rimmed out. Oh, damn. All right. Yeah, see, now I got a 38-37 game, just FYI. There we go, Holiday. There we go. Yeah, I can see. I can see. That's probably the funniest part about this whole thing. Is I'm watching behind, even though the NBA is advertising on YouTube TV. I'm on YouTube TV, and I'm behind. Crazy. What are we doing? Yep. And they call that? Oh, good God. Seriously? Yeah, he's walking away going, yeah, I got away with one there. He knows whoever the hell 55 is. He knows that wasn't a foul. Oh, God, that's not a foul. Seriously? Again, how many times do I have to say this? This is why I can't watch the NBA can be insufferable. Absolutely insufferable when a call like that happens. I'll Leave a Podcast with Barry Grant Jr. Guy co-founded the Grid Network, co-founded the 8 o'clock spot. Go check out his show if you haven't. Good stuff, Tim. We need more of these from you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Barry. Trying my best here. Just watching this game. Kind of going the ebbs and flows here. All right, we got a tie ball game again. Tatum, 1 for 7. Listen, I don't need Tatum to be the MVP, but if he wants to be considered top 5 in the NBA, not even top 5, be the face of the NBA, which is what he's talked about. If he wants to be the face, all right, great heads up play, and now he's into the bleachers here, but I mean, he can't be 1 for 7 in the NBA Finals. You can't do that. Like I said, great heads up play by Tatum to give it up underneath to Horford, but I think they're calling that he's great. He's great at seeing the court, especially on his off nights, which is what it feels like he's going through. But dude's got to get his, man. He's got to get his. That's the odd thing. At least Holiday got the offensive rebound. Nope, that's short. Now what? We got timeout, Dallas? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Barry. I appreciate the comment there. This is fun. I mean, this is how I would react. Quite honestly, this is me. This is me. Raw, unhinged, watching this game being 42-42. If I did this for game one, how many times I'm going to say if? If I did this for game one, then we'd be having kick back, nice and easy. I'd be like this. I'd probably make myself a mojito because of how easy game one was. And if you haven't made a mojito, dude, they take forever to make manually. That's why I never make them. If I'm going out to a bar, then I'll go get a mojito. But yeah, I'd just be kicking back, kind of chilling, being like, yeah, all right, cool. But because we have a 42-42 game in the second quarter, yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat right now, man. Like, I don't know how you can't be. I don't know how you can't be. Sheesh. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think he can attempt that. Got a Corona ad. What's his name? Pedro Pascal? Something like that. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, man. My little pup she's just being a good girl. Just sleeping. Well, kind of. No, she knows when I'm working. That's it. She knows when I'm working. But she's the best. She is literally the best. Oh, man. All right, that's enough of that. All right. So just under 4 minutes ago, looking over. And it's funny. With Boston shooting 2 of 14 from 3, they're still shooting 44% overall. So tell me. I mean, I'm going to tell you this. With them shooting 44%, even though they're 2 of 14 from 3, which is 1 for 7, making it 14% from 3, yet overall they're shooting 44%. I think they still have a good chance to win this game. Obviously, it's tied. I'm not even talking about the tie. I'm just talking about the straight numbers. What do you think? Do you think that this team still has a good chance of winning just based on that? Because I do. I feel like, hopefully they'll start raining threes at one point where it's going to be no hole. Like, it's just going to unlock the floodgates. But yeah, I mean, look at this. All right, so Luka has got 30 points game one on 12 of 26. Right now he's at 20 right now he's at 20, going 8 for 12. I think that it's still very good. But all right, front rimmed it. Thank God. I was not ready for that wide open 3. Yeah, look, ESPN showing it now, 47 to 44%. And then Holiday up and under. There we go. All right. Looks like Dallas trying to go a little fast here. Kyrie bumping into Derek. Turn around, fade away, jumper off the back rim, too strong. Porzingis gets the rebound. There we go. Brown jogging. Now it's full sprint ahead. Oh, jeez. These passes, man, some of them are just childlike. Reminds me of, when I was playing, learning the game. White from the baseline, rimmed out. God. Right now, neither team can. I mean, Dallas kind of pulled away when they went up 7. Oh, what are you doing? You made the switch, Derek. You made the switch. You don't. Man. All right. So Tatum driving the ball into the court. Holiday. Get in there. There we go. All right. That a boy, Drew. Frequent watcher, not dog. Celtics bound. Or Celtics bonded to start hitting their threes. Let's go see. Yeah, I think you meant to say bound. Bound to start hitting their threes. 100%. I agree. And then, of course, what happens? Luka hits a friggin' three to go up 1. All right. 23, 9 of 13, 50% from 3. Tatum. See, this is where Tatum's got to turn it on. There we go. He's getting the and 1. Let's go. See, that's more of a foul than what 55. I'm sorry. I know I probably should be better at that, but I'm just not. Who is it? Derek Jones. All right, Derek Jones. That is more of a foul than what Derek Jones got on Tatum earlier in the game. Like, come on. So, good. Yeah, and obviously showing the lob here to Jones. Tatum, that's it. Good. Even the camera shook a little bit there. Crowd's going nuts. All right, boys. Let's play some D here. Come on. We got to close this quarter out. Kyrie on Tatum. That's it. Get the ball. Tipped out. There we go. Holiday. Close him out right there. I don't know what to tell you. Again, you cannot give this team second chance points. You just can't do it. And I made that abundantly clear on Thursday. Oh, come on. Thank you. Yep. That's against Luka. 100%. And so far, actually, both teams are 5 for 5 on offensive rebounds. So it's going both ways. But if we look at game 1, let's check that out. Let's see what happens. Let me check out the team stats. Offensive. Wow. Both we each had 10 offensive rebounds in game 1. That's crazy to me. Yeah. So as I just got a text saying that I'm behind the game 30 seconds. I know. I'm watching it on YouTube TV. Who is sponsoring the NBA Finals, and yet I'm behind 30 seconds. I'm not even live. I have the Gamecast on ESPN.com up, which is ahead of me watching the friggin' game. I mean, hello, what are we doing here? NBA, get your stuff together. You want to be the best league in America? I mean, come on now. Oh, Brown, you got to hit that one, bro. Got to hit that one. Now what? Oh, wait. They going back? Yeah, PJ Washington left early. Ha! There we go. Do it again. Yeah, PJ Washington. There it is. See? Look at that. Friggin' dope. All right. Buck 10 remaining in the half. Let's go. Celtics are perfect from the stripe. Perfect. 13 of 13. Love to see it. Oh, yes. There we go. No call. Good. Come on. Hustle it up. No. All right. Slow it down now. Dallas got back real quick on that one. A little surprising. Yeah, it's Jalen. Come on. Oh, Tatum. Oh, jeez. Holiday from the corner. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Like I said, finish this quarter off strong. Finish the half out strong. 30 seconds left. No, get the lot. Oh, let's go. Oh, no way. Not in a million years. Oh, jeez. I mean, Derek White got ball. What are we talking about? Oh, wait. All right. What the hell just happened? I don't know. It's Celtics ball. That's all I care about. No free throws for Dallas. It's Celtics. What? Oh, wait. They call goaltending? Hold up. I'm sorry. Again, can't watch it, can't listen to it, but I'm watching it. Tatum, come on, put it up. Jeez, yeah. Not how you want to end the half on that freaking play. Derek, wait, what? Defensive goaltending violation? They did make that a goaltending. And like, how is a dunk goal? Can someone please explain to me how a dunk is goaltending? Like, that's ridiculous. I don't think his hand hit the what? How did the ball hit the rim? It clearly didn't hit the backboard. What? Because he was coming down? Is that it? Like, obviously, the ball has that arc and has the trajectory coming down. Were his hands holding onto the ball coming down? Oh, spare me the nonsense. NBA trying to make Dallas or keep Dallas in this. All right. Well, hey, the Celtics hit a clutch three to end the half there. And that was huge. That was absolutely huge. You know, I hope they can keep it up. But, yeah, it's a 54-51 game. This is going to go down the wire. I have no doubt it is going to go down to the wire. But what I've learned, I think, so far from the half is that the Celtics, while going 3 of 15 from 3, are doing all the right things offensively, which is, yeah, okay, obviously you got Tatum's final drive there, which, again, that's kind of what I'm talking about with Tatum not understanding end of game situations, not understanding, or that mental clock just is sped up in his head. Now, I would be shocked if a lot of guys saying that, but they're still shooting 47.5% from the field. They're 3 of 15 from 3, but 47.5% from 3. That I like. Did I say that again? 47.5% from the field while going 3 of 15 from 3. That I like, because that tells me they're getting good shots. Now, defensively, Dallas is shooting 48.8%. There's a lot to be desired there, no doubt. But offensively, they can't hit a 3 to save their lives. So what are they doing? They're making that up, getting high percentage shots, finding the open man, and getting to the hole. Now, we got fellow great contributor and Celtic fan, but also Cowboy fan, EJ Savage, commenting, Celtics not hitting 3, but free throws keeping them in. Yeah, as I've said, they're perfect 13 of 13. There's absolutely nothing to change. I mean, it would have been 12 of 13 had PJ Washington not moved early, but glad he did, dumbass. And then EJ goes on to say, good defensive effort. KP needs to be the second option moving forward in this game. Yeah, Tatum, I don't know what his problem is. I honestly don't know. Like, it's one thing to have nerves, and listen, I think we can all understand. It's a big game, big moment. You want to keep, you want to be the guy. You want to be known as the face of the league. I get it. I'm just going to pull this down for right now. Like, I get it. You want to be the face of the league. But it's just not, you can't force everything. You can't. And that's why I'm glad Tatum has kind of switched off of that, because he's shooting 20% from the field, has only 5 points, yet he has 8 assists. He's got 8 assists. So he's understanding that Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, White, Holiday, they're the guys who are getting open, who are helping the cause, going the extra step, getting the points, really. But again, Tatum needs to score. He's got a great all-around game. It's just in moments like these, what is wrong with him? Drew Holiday also playing really well, getting easy buckets on the low block after exploiting these switches. Yeah. And that's what I'm loving about the Celtics. And that's part of the reason why they're still in this, is because they saw what happened in the opening minutes of the game, going down 7, and then they adjusted. Which I didn't know if – now, I've said before, and I'll say it again, I don't really think coaches in the NBA really make a massive difference, all in all. Not like, other sports, hockey, football. Obviously, football is probably where coaches are key. And then even baseball. I think baseball managers have more influence on the game than NBA coaches. But that being said, I thought what Joe Mazzulla did to settle his team down, after being down 7, really helped them out. Really got them to understand what Jason Kidd and the Mavs brought to the table tonight. And that's part of the reason why I think they're still in it. So it's been really good. It's been really good to see. And then, again, just some big key moments that is getting the crowd in this game, because I wouldn't, of course, 30 seconds behind. Love to see it. Thanks, YouTube TV. And then 2, where was I going with that? Oh, but I wouldn't be surprised if the crowd has been kind of dull to some degree. I'm not saying Celtics fans are dull, because trust me, when I'm in the Garden and that place is going nuts, that place goes, nuts. So I'm not saying that. It's just with how the game started, not making a 3 to save their lives, it still being in it, but not being able to tie it or go ahead. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, like any other fan base, if the crowd was a little quiet. But then all of a sudden, a couple big dunks from Brown, a couple clutch threes, Holiday. That place must have lost it when Holiday made that corner 3 in the latter seconds of the half. So I'm excited. I mean, again, this should still be a great game without a doubt. I mean, it's trending like it's going to be. It's trending like it's going to come down to the wire. And I'm hoping that the Celtics learned a lot from that Indiana series about closing games out, the final seconds of a game. Now, I'll say this. If Tatum can't play for 3 quarters and then somehow turns it on in the 4th quarter, then and the Celtics win, then great. I'm all for it, baby. I'm all for it. But hey, let's wait and see. EJ, what else? What else you got, brother? Tatum has been good when he gets downhill and gets inside. He gets the inside-out passes, but he's been absolutely horrible when he's looked for his own shot in those situations. Yeah. I mean, that's why he's shooting 2 of 10 right now. That's why he's just not getting what he wants, getting what he needs. And that's what's kind of freaking me out, man. That's what's kind of freaking me out. Because if the dude is trying to be this, again, I'll keep saying it because it's true. If he wants to be the face of the NBA, he's got to hit buckets. His all-around game is great, which I think is what makes him a top 5 player in the league, is because he can dish it out. He can get the rebounds. He can get some blocks. He plays excellent defense. But at the end of the day, what makes a player a top player? points. You got to put the ball in the net. You got to. And you got to do it when everything is on the line. When it's playoff time. And as we know, game 1 against Indiana in the Eastern Conference Final, he sucked. Tatum sucked going down the stretch. But he turned it on in overtime. He got 10 points in overtime. And so it's good. I think he can be that. I think he can do that, which is why I'm saying if he sucks for 3 quarters and then turns it on in the fourth, scores 12 points in the fourth quarter, and the Celtics win going away, then great. Then I will take that game because I know that he helped out, in other places. But it's hard to sit here and say that Tatum is the face of the league or that Tatum is, the top 2 player in the NBA if he does stuff like this. And hey, even with injuries, I screw that. I mean, we all know Luke is playing with injury, and yet look how, playing with injury, I should say, and yet look how good he's doing, right? And one of the things that, I agree, with some of the guys on Twitter is that, you know what? Like the Celtics, Dallas defensively, what have they done? Okay, sure, they've gotten back underneath the bucket more, but the Celtics still have wide open shot attempts. They're still getting their opportunities. Again, I would take at least 90% of those threes that the Celtics have taken. But do you think that and yet they just missed them? That's where I was going with that. The Celtics just missed them. So it's kind of like Dallas. Yeah, see, there you go. NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV. If you're still watching. But yeah. So listen. Overall, I think the Celtics are right. They're in this game. They're in a good spot. They can win this game going away. The only thing that needs to change is being able to capitalize on those open shot attempts. That's really it. And yet they're still shooting 47.5% or whatever the hell it was. So I'll be right back. In the meantime, enjoy. And we're back. See? 30 seconds. That's all I needed. I needed to cool out, relax, calm down. Nah, it's all good. But yeah, I think for all intents and purposes, it's just I think we're gonna get a game that's gonna go down to the wire. And I hope that the Celtics learned a lot and are gonna be the ones to pull it out. I do. They're gonna get the win tonight. Go up 2-0 in the series. Nothing would make me happier. So, yeah, actually, I also got to chat on my phone too. It's funny how that happens. All right. Okay. Oh, actually, okay. Okay. All right. All right, looking like the second half's about to start. They're just showing replays. Brown talking to the bench, probably during some of these timeouts, trying to get the team riled up, ready to go. All right. Yeah, so the first half stats. Celtics and Mavs both shooting 49% from the field. Mavs at 4 of 13 from three. The Celtics at 3 of 15. Boston's obviously perfect from the line, 13 apiece. Dallas is 5 of 11. So there's a lot of good things happening. A lot of good things happening, I think, for Boston. Boston 33-1 when Holiday scores 14-plus points. And if I can bring back the line, see, look at that. The game just started, and, jeez. And what's Holiday at? 17 points. All right, so Holiday's got 17. All right, so, yeah, as you can see, not off to a hot start. Tatum, ball, in and out. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. What's that now? 3 of 16. And then, wow, I'm surprised they actually didn't call that on Tatum there. No, girl. Jalen. Yeah. His handles have gotten better this season, without a doubt, after a guy who could never drive to his left without losing it. So I'll give him props for that. But, you know, sometimes he gets into it like that. Oh, God. Seriously? And, lost it again. Drops it off to Tatum. Makes a spin. Just stood out to White from the wing. Oh, great play by Holiday. And the foul. Let's go. That's it. Great offensive rebound. Following the ball to the bucket. That's the thing a lot of, NBA guys just don't do. They don't follow. Look at Holiday in the corner. Makes the move. Gets the miss. Dishes it to Tatum, who makes the bucket and one. Just love to see it, especially with Kyrie committing the foul too. Even better. All right, come on. And we got it. There it is. Love to see it. Love to see it. Kyrie's got 3 fouls in 20 minutes. Sheesh. Oh, God, that ball could not have gone any higher off the glass right there. Side note, Kyrie wearing that. Thanks, EJ. Absolutely. Who needs shoes like that? Seriously? Come on. Just terrible. Guy like that from the corner. Oh, seriously? No call? Of course not. Because it would have favored the Celtics. And we got the steal. Let's go. Come on, Big Al. Dumps it off to Holiday. Quick bucket. Let's go. There it is. There it is. All right. Oh, jeez. Nice. Good. Off the back glass for Kyrie. Let's keep it going, boys. White from the corner. Yeah, let's go. See, look at that. Raining threes, baby. Raining threes. Once we start, we can't stop. Let's go. Up 5 now. Derek White, 10 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. And I wouldn't even say he was that open. Nice block. Good block by Tatum. Kind of like a defensive lineman going up to block the field goal right off the fingertip. But yeah, Kyrie closing out. And I didn't think White would hit that. But nah, he drilled it, man. All money. Oh, great spin move. Yep. Again, Luka's good. Luka is good. Got to make it hard for him, but you know, he if he could do stuff like that, obviously scary guy, scary player. Already got 25 tonight. Jalen, come on. There it is. Oh! Seriously? No freaking call? How do you not call that? He literally took him out after the oh my God. Yeah, again, talk about this friggin' league. You know, this is what drives me nuts. Something like that happens, and there's no call. But yet, the fingertip graces the palm right after the ball is released from his hand, and that's a foul. I mean, good God almighty. That was absolutely atrocious. That should have been a flagrant one right there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, EJ. Officiating is shit right now. That is so true. And then get the ball. No. There we go. Right to Holiday. That's a foul. Good. Jeez. I mean, God, help us. Like, what? Dude, what are you talking about? Don't talk to the ref. Honestly. Yeah. Again, massive discrepancy in threes. You know, from game 1 to game 2. But, damn, that sucked. All right, Tatum going the line. There it is. Keeping it up. I just want to see what that call was. Transition take foul. Yeah, all right, sure. We'll call it that. But, oh my God, that was stuff like that has me friggin' livid. Absolutely livid. Yeah, we are getting good looks. We're just not hitting them. I agree with you. Yeah, Derek White, wide open from the top of the three. He just hit that one from the corner with Kyrie closing out on him. And then he gets that beautiful look. But we're just not hitting it. That's why it's, yeah, there it is. I will say, if there's one, like, how far back does Lively's, you know, what do you call it there? the start of his hairline. That's it. His hairline. I swear to God, his hairline is like here, like on his head. And he has this attitude about him that, yeah, he's an easily hateable guy. Now, does it mean, like, I don't know him as a person, but yeah, and he's, is he patting his head going, my hairline starts here, guys. Oh, God. Yeah, I just, what are they showing? The Warriors, 56. But yeah, that was just stupid. Like that's the thing that's like pissing me off, kind of, is that again, first of all, what has Dallas done to change anything? And even with this game, do you still really think that Dallas is the better team? Because I don't. Boston just can't hit a shot to save their lives. And again, that's what I've been saying. The only way the Celtics will lose games in this series, God forbid lose the series, is if they beat themselves. That's it. That's the only way the Celtics are going to lose in this series. Like, come on. Even with this game, you're telling me that the Mavs are the better team? No shot. No shot. That's why, again, I kind of laugh at all the media pundits here trying to talk and be like, you know, oh, I'm picking the Mavs in 6, or, you know, I'm picking the Mavs. They're the better team. In what world? In what world? Because with Porzingis in the game, they still can't match up to us. And it's been clear as day. You know, the amount of good looks Porzingis has gotten, even with a guy in his face. You know, like with what EJ just said. or it's going to say. Imagine if Drew Holiday wasn't going wild right now. Brown and Tatum aren't shooting well at all. Need to get KP back in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree. I think Brown is actually playing better than Tatum, but still, it's imagine if this team was actually making, was making more shots, right? Like I kept saying, when the Celtics went 0 for 8, I'm like, imagine if they just made 2 of those 8 threes, and this game would have been very different. Very different. So that's why it's kind of infuriating. I mean, Tatum got 9 points, Holiday with 19, White with 10, Brown, he's 3 of 8. I'll take 3 of 8 more than 3 of 11, which is what Tatum is. But Brown's got 8 points. And yeah, Porzingis, he needs to get back in the game. Like, if we're going to win, I mean, I understand you want to limit his minutes because with his calf and everything. And I think they'll bring him back in here. But, like, man, Dallas can't match up to us. They just can't. And Derek Lively, the rookie. But that's why, even with their big men, they cannot match up to us. All right, don't I feel like such an ass? Here I am making fun of this dude's hairline. And what do they show after that commercial break? Oh, yeah, him honoring his mother. Yeah, that makes me feel good. All right. So Porzingis just missed an open 3. And then what bounce pass was that? But at least we got it. And then from the baseline, there we go. That boy, Kristaps. Hey, I can admit when I screw up. Uh-oh. Hey, EJ, I'm going to admit, bro, like I said, I'm 30 seconds behind. So I just saw the baseline jumper. And then, all right, White's got the ball. He's bringing it up past half court. And then takes a wide open. Jeez. Trying to get the transition bucket. If he waited, at least another full second, I'll agree with you on that. Or no, I mean, I do agree with you on that, but I'm saying if he waited another full second, could have given him better opportunity to line the shot up better. All right, so now it's a 2-point Celtic lead. I'm trying to speed everything up right now. Get in the. There we go. That boy, Tatum. Oh, well. But to miss that bad, yeah. Yeah. To miss that bad, I agree. It was like just, jeez. Like, and like I said, the funny part, I've said multiple times tonight. One, the NBA Finals are sponsored by YouTube TV. I'm watching on YouTube TV, yet I'm 30 seconds behind live. The stream that I have, Gamecast that I have pulled up in front of me, is ahead of me. And of course, Tatum misses it. And Porzingis, with the over the back, I'll give him that. That's faster than me. And then for White, for him to get a good look, but speed everything up the way he did, if he stopped, waited one more second, I think he would have been able to line it up better. I don't know. That's what I thought would happen, but still, it was like that was a wasted possession. And I mean, it wasn't a terrible wasted possession just because it wasn't a full waste. It was 2 seconds? Atta boy. Oh, jeez. Now what's going on here? There we go. We got the steal off Luka. Are we going to the line here? What are we doing? Tatum coming. Oh, jeez. It looks like Luka just... Wait, did KP pop that out? All right, still out ball. I'll take that. As it should have been still out ball, but Tatum. There we go. Get to the line. Too strong. God, how can this guy not hit a bucket to save his life? Honestly, though, that's what's, again, the most infuriating part of it. And, you want to talk about bad misses. Was he out of bounds? All right. Again, EJ, you want to talk about a bad miss? Sheesh. And then Lively. See, again, Here I am. Oh, yeah, he was clearly out of bounds. Was he trying to help that woman up? That's my question. I think he was. It looked like he was. But, um, yeah, here I am poking fun of the dude's hairline. and he does, and they honoring his mom. They have him helping the woman up. Oh, face palm. There we go. That a boy, Jalen. So yeah, you stop. Celtics starting to get into the lane, get easy looks. I like the shots. Yeah, like that's the thing. We're shooting 50%, right? Give or take. Team stats. What do we got? All right, 46.3. We're shooting worse than the Mavericks. Yet it seems like they're fighting for every chance, every shot. And we're getting wide open looks. That's the funny part. That's why I really do, I'm nervous because it's game 2 of the NBA Finals. There's no two ways about it. Like, how can I not be nervous? But at the same time, I'm also looking at it with a rational mind going, we're getting everything. This should be ours. This should be game 1 2.0. We should be up 30 with all the open looks we're getting. This fourth quarter, according to EJ, it's time to pull away and get some cushion. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, we have the ability. In this Gatorade commercial with DJ Lagway finishing off. Again, I'm a Florida Gator. I'm a Boston fan through and through, but I went to UF and I worked for the football team. And yeah, so to see DJ Lagway, the 5-star quarterback, finishing off that Gatorade commercial, the new Florida Gator QB, let's go. But then also in that same ad, Tatum staring up at an empty banner. Love to see it. That's the stuff that gets me excited. It gets me pumped. Come on. Oh, man. So let's see. Through 2 games, who do I think is the MVP of the finals so far? I would have to go Porzingis. I really would. I think that Porzingis has played some of the most meaningful minutes. Now, of course, he hasn't started in either game, but every minute that he's been in, it's clear Dallas does not have an answer and cannot have an answer for him, no matter how hard they try. With the basic switches that we're forcing Dallas into, I think Porzingis is the finals MVP right now. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with me. Who do you think is the finals MVP? I got Porzingis, man. So far through a game and a half, I'm taking KP. But I don't know. I think right now that's an interesting question because listen, if you're gonna talk Dallas, Luka, but outside of scoring 30 points, what else has Luka been good at? He's not great defensively. Now they got, there we go. Alback, Russell, Havlicek, Bird, 86. Rivers, Garnett, Pierce Allen. Yeah, we got the 1 title in 08. Should have been 2. Oh, God, that's so frustrating. That 2010 title should have been 2. If Perk didn't get hurt, hell, we should have 3-peated. Garnett doesn't get hurt in 09. Perk doesn't get hurt in game 6. That's so frustrating. But game's back. So we can't live in the past. We're living now. We're going for banner 18 right here. Oh, Luke, corner. Come on. There we go. Get the ball. That a boy, Tatum. EJ, you got Luka for the Mavs, Brown for the Celtics. Yeah. I mean, listen, Brown played a great game 1. Tatum should have taken that open look and Porzingis front rim. Damn it. Holiday is cooking. Yeah, I love it. You know, field goals this quarter, 3-point attempts this quarter, 1 for 9, 1 for 9. Oh God, again we're back at that number. Attaboy. Come on, let's go. Get it home. Bam. Love to see it. Love to see it. Largest lead of the game for either team. Celtics up 8. Oh, too strong. Too strong. All right. All right. So EJ, what do you got? Brown has been very good defensively. And I agree with that. I agree. Brown has been very. I think basically the whole Celtic team has been excellent defensively. I don't think that really anybody is slacked, which I love. It's great to see. But I think with and again maybe because Brown benefited off Porzingis coming in. Brown has definitely been very good without a doubt. Luka is out of its time to. Luka is out. It's time. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Is he? Good. What do they pull on? They probably pulled him after the free throws there? I'm assuming. There we go. Yeah. They pulled him during the wow. Celtics are up 10 on an 8-0 run, and you pull Luka. I mean, listen, he's been obviously a part of that 8-0 run, so there's not much more you can say about that. But yeah. Oh, thank God. Who's on their ass? Holiday? Serious? No call, of course. And we got not Doug, frequent commenter, even between KP and Holiday. JB right there for MVP. Yeah, let's go. Let's keep stepping up, boys. Keep stepping up. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think right now, again, it's been 2 games. The thought popped into my head. I'm like, well, right now, who do I think? I think it's KP, but it's not by much. Like I said, the reason why I picked him is because I think, he's played the most he's played the most meaningful minutes because once he steps onto the court, Dallas can't do a damn thing. And it's evident right there. The fact that the Celtics are on a 10-0 run in the last 3 minutes, 8 of which came with Luka playing. I'm telling you, there's no doubt in my mind that Boston is the better team, which is why I couldn't wait for game 1 to happen because I felt like, having to sit there for 2 effing weeks, listen to ESPN, Stephen A, Wilbon, everybody under the sun, be like, even Maz, Tony Maserati from Felger and Maz, pick Dallas. Say that Dallas is the better team. Luka and Kyrie are the better duo. And Tatum has sucked. Yet we're up 12. Explain that to me. If you really believe that Dallas was and is the better team over Boston, Tatum has sucked. And yet Boston has currently a 14-point lead, even though I haven't seen them score points 76 and 77 yet. Oh, God. Thank you, YouTube TV. Thank you. Unbelievable. All right. So Luka's back in the game. Drills a wide open 3. Yeah, I knew they weren't going to have Luka sit for that long. What do we got tonight? Holiday. 10 of 12 tonight, getting easy buckets. Yeah. Hey, high percentage shots, man. Tatum going to the hole. Good. Love to see it. That's how we got points 76 and 77. Commenter, Sports Mom. After a game and a half, I would have to say Holiday. I know what you mean by that. And then EJ Tatum starting to get downhill and get some good looks while keeping his head up and looking for passes. That's the thing about Tatum getting downhill is, listen, if he's able to get downhill, there are plenty of times where just because I see that get called all the time, I'm not going to lose my head over that. But I see Tatum get downhill all the time, and I swear that he gets downhill. Rudy Tomjanovich getting the Chuck Daly Lifetime Achievement Award. Wow, good for him. But Tatum gets downhill, and he'll have an open lane to. Or not an open lane, but like he'll have a good look at the bucket, but then he'll dish it out for no reason, a quarter of the time. That's what drives me nuts. There we go. Jaylen Brown, top of the three, gets it home. Celtics up 13 here late in the third. Come on. Come on, baby. Luka getting double team, making him earn it. Oh, great bounce pass. And Holiday, come on. Seriously, Drew? He gave you all the time in the world. At least attempt a closeout. But, yeah, it's like Tatum will have a good look when he gets downhill, but then he'll dish it out. Sometimes it's a great pass underneath because he's bringing a couple guys with him. But sometimes when he tries to dish out to the corner, I'm like, what are you doing? Hauser, come on, dude. Hauser's reverted back to being a bum in this game. All right, I think Holiday double dribbled there, but they didn't call it, so I'll take it. Tatum losing control. Oh, let's go, KP. Let's go, baby. Hauser from the corner. No, jeez. Oh, almost a great sequence right there. Almost. And what do we get? Not ideal. Not ideal. Hell of a block. Hell of a block by Porzingis. No two ways about it. And the fact that, I'm sorry, Holiday didn't close out Exum there. 1,000% should have. 1,000% should have. That's ridiculous. And now Washington's going to the line for two. Makes the first. Great pass from Luka. Great pass. But see, that's the thing that I want Tatum to do, is I want him to be able to get his 30, but also you still play his all-around good game. Have that awareness. Yeah, Sam Hauser's back to being a bum, EJ. As I said, as Aaron and I talked on Thursday, he didn't call him a bum. I did, but he was going down that path. Tatum, jeez. Oh, no. 20 seconds going it down. 5 of 29 from 3. Dallas is 6 of 22, but still. Oh, jeez. Kyrie's going to drag this clock all the way down as far as he can. I don't know why Hauser's getting as many minutes. Don't even tell me. That I want to look at a replay for, because his flailing looked ridiculous. Again, I don't know why Hauser's getting as many minutes as he is right now. He doesn't deserve it. He absolutely doesn't deserve it. Luka, 11 to 15. Honestly, I would take that. Up 13 and let it get down to 6 before the fourth. Rough close to that quarter. Damn it, EJ. Wait until I make a sound. All right. I mean, listen, I don't even look at the I keep pointing the wrong way. I don't look at the screen. Hold on. All right, 3.3 seconds left. Pritchard from the logo. Oh! go, baby. Let's go. There we go. There we go, EJ. There we go. Ooh, baby Pritchard. Let's go. This dude, talk about closing out quarters. That's like, that has to be his specialty. I swear, they must be running plays in the gym with him. EJ, don't apologize. I thought I pulled a bad 20 seconds with some. No worries, brother. I'm just giving you a hard time, dude. I'm giving you a hard time. But I mean, listen, like I've said, you know, we got this right here. It has the Celtics up 83-74 before I even saw that play. So that's probably the funniest part of this whole thing is that I'm doing a live stream. I'm clearly 30 seconds behind, and even the ESPN Gamecast that I have up next to me is there. And welcome in from the Carving Up Show. Welcome in Bryson Carver for the start of the fourth quarter. What has been your thoughts on this game so far?
Well, first of all, great to be on with you, Tim. You've been doing a great job, and you do need to do more of these streams, especially throughout the finals, man. It's been fun to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know what's funny is, you know, the two stars, proverbial stars in the series, Luka Doncic on one side, Jason Tatum on the other. I found it kind of ironic that Tatum has been great in virtually every aspect of the game except for scoring, and Luka, partly because how the Mavs have run their offense and gone back into some bad habits, has been horrible defensively, hasn't distributed the ball as much as you might like, but as far as shot making, has been brilliant. So that has been the kind of the thing I focused on in this game. But you know, listen, that Pritchard three was a massive shot for Boston, just given how the momentum was beginning to trend. And now you consider a situation where you're up 9. It's still a very winnable game for Dallas. I did pick Boston to win game 1, took Dallas to win game 2 and cover. I do feel good about them covering, but no, this has been a very, I want to say, entertaining game from the from the standpoint of shot making. But listen, Drew Holiday's been great today. Jaylen Brown's gotten his at the bucket. Porzingis hasn't been as effective, but the guy's not going to score a point for virtually every minute the way he did in game 1. But overall, Boston's certainly been the better team, definitely on the defensive end. Dallas has missed some open looks, and it's going to be a fun fourth quarter. I imagine Luka plays throughout for Dallas, and you see similar situation for the Celtics.
Yeah. In going out to Tatum versus Luka, like I agree with you, and that's why I think Tatum kind of drives me nuts with the whole face of the league and being a top 5 guy. Listen, he has the talent to be a top 5 guy, I think, without a doubt. And because especially just the way he sees the game, he has that all around game going for him.
My bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you're good, man. But again, the one thing that drives me nuts is, as I've said about Luka, is relating it to Thurman Thomas with the Bills. Like, let Luka get his. He's going to get his regardless of how well you play. Obviously, game 1, he still got 30 points, but he took 20 shots.
Sure.
So, and with here, honestly, he's got 22, and he's 11 of 15 or something like that.
29, I think. 29.
Oh, 29. Yeah, 29, 11 for 15, plus. Like, I'll take that if I'm Dallas. But
you'll take the number of shots, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like the points to shots.
Yeah. And
so that's why it's just kind of like it's funny to me to see everybody, especially with how these 2 games have gone.
Sure.
The fact that everyone and their mother, I think, all of a sudden rode this Dallas bandwagon, even with how the Celtics took care of business in the first 3 series,
Sure.
Like, that's why I've always just sat here the fact that Dallas beat Anthony Edwards the way they did in Minnesota absolutely helped their cause. I'm just going to go to here a little bit.
Well, listen, man, I've been, it's funny. I think I was one of the very few people who thought, honest to God, that coming in the playoffs, that Dallas could actually make a run. I remember coming into the postseason, coming into the postseason, I had Denver's number 1 team. Clearly, I was wrong. They couldn't even get out of round 2. I had Boston right behind. I had Dallas number 3. I had them over the Clippers. I had them over obviously anybody out east. The Knicks, who were playing good basketball at the time. The Oklahoma City, I picked Dallas to win that series as well. So, and sort of my rationale for that is part of the reason that I think the most frustrating thing for me as the guy who picked the Mavs is over the second half of the season, they kind of changed their identity a little bit to where they weren't as Luka Doncic dependent, right? Where it was Kyrie was getting more involved. PJ Washington was the kind of the PJ Tucker corner 3 master, right? You had guys like, Daniel Gaffer making it.
Damn, go. Sorry.
I think I'm like literally, I'm going to see if I can line my TV up with yours. I think I'm like 5 to 7 seconds ahead of you.
So
I'm going to try and
just pause it. Tell me the timeline to get to.
So let's see. I'm at 10:17. I just paused at 10:17.
Right. Saw it 10, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17.
Okay, we're close. Yeah. All
I
right,
know.
so 7-point game.
I have to do this with my parents. It's so friggin' funny.
Yeah. No, listen, it's especially doing streams with other guys. Big shot by Tatum.
You, Jason. Let's go. Finally. Big shot. Yeah, doing streams with other guys. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the Cowboys Cam fan does a fantastic job here at the Grid. What a pass by Luka. They have to try and line it up with other guys, but so Luka's got the size mismatch here. I'll shorted that.
Pritchard. Pritchard has, I think, impressed me all season. He's not the best guy, on the bench, but still.
For sure. No, and it's been funny, kind of the smaller guys for Boston, I think, have actually done a really good job defending. So listen, we know Derek White can obviously defend at a high level, depending on what the matchup looks like and how it favors him. But I think Gafford's been active on the glass today.
Yeah, he is. I can't believe Dallas had many offensive rebounds in game 1 as they did. I can't believe both were tied 10 apiece. I was watching with friends, so I wasn't like following the stats, but just to pull that up, and I think Dallas is offensive rebounds. They're out rebounding the Celtics. Am I right?
I haven't checked, but listen, the one thing that
the Celtics have one more offensive rebound. Sorry.
Okay. So the thing for, one of the fascinating matchups of the series, the fact that obviously you got Horford, you got Porzingis, it's kind of the primary big guys for the Celtics, but they don't really play as traditional bigs the way Gafford and Lively do, right? So, and that was my only concern for Dallas is if you put obviously Horford and Porzingis as guys who can space the floor, well, Gafford's biggest, asset on the defensive end is he's a great shot blocker. Well, if you're going to have to play out beyond the 3-point line, you're seeing Jaylen Brown get buckets at the rim. You're seeing the same thing with Drew Holiday. And that's kind of the thing that I'm curious to see if Jason Kidd throughout the series can be able to adjust to. And Gafford's played really well tonight, so you got to give him credit. Again, some of the bigger guys for Boston are really, neither team has shot terribly well from 3. So, at that point, I guess you have to figure some point's gonna hurt you in the series, but listen, if I don't know, man, it's just what has been weird to watch is how well Dallas has shot the ball from 3-point range the whole playoffs, and it's part of the reason that Luka's usage rate has gone down, is he can maybe trust some of those guys. But yeah, it's been that shot by White. It's been just weird to see they've gone ice cold from 3 the first 2 games of the series.
Yeah, Dallas. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, again, this is why, again, one of the Gafford underneath.
He's playing well, man.
Yeah, he is. But this is why, again, I was always so stressing Boston being better, because Dallas has not run up against a team this defensively sound in the whole playoffs.
Minnesota was close, but you can make that case.
Well, yeah, but again, Rudy Gobert was a shell of himself.
No, not a shell of himself. No, he repeats what he does in the playoffs. Rudy's been doing this for years. Okay, we got ourselves a 7-point game. Timeout.
7-point game, yeah. Just over 8 minutes left.
Dallas is hanging around, man. Like that's one of the reasons I picked Dallas. I said 2 games will be a blowout to go one way or the other. Boston would get their blowout. They got it I think in game one, Dallas, I anticipated would get one. And then the 4 games in the series, the other 4 games, because I had it going 6, I figured, okay, if it comes down to the last 2 minutes, I'm going to roll with Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, given how many games they've closed in the playoffs. So if they can get this thing to about, say they get to a 5-point game 5 minutes to go, which is the NBA defines as a clutch game, never know.
Well, EJ's got a few points on that. He says if the Celtics can keep it to 10, that the point lead of the 5-minute mark, he feels good. And then playing way too small right now, need to put in KP. I agree. I mean, listen, I understand that he's coming off that calf injury, that a lot of guys are struggling with the calf injury. Giannis had the same exact injury. And so he was nothing when he tried to come back. So I think that's kind of the biggest concern. I think that's why the Celtics are limiting Porzingis so much right now. But I don't know. Like Porzingis, I think after this timeout break is going to make his return because Dallas cannot handle Porzingis. They just can't. And
certainly the defensive end.
Well, yeah,
he's been
yeah. So that's why it's like KP almost needs to play a full 48 minutes. I know we can't. I know I don't want him to re-injure his calf. All of that. I'd rather have a 80% Porzingis for the whole series than have him for 2 games and him get re-injured. But yeah, that's kind of why I'm like.
Well, he's also really good guarding the pick and roll too, right? So he can fall the big and contest at the rim, or he can be able to defend a Luka, Kyrie, or somebody outside. So that's again just the size, the agility, the length for a guy his size is makes him really, really difficult to prepare for. But yeah, listen, that calf injury, whether it's Porzingis, Giannis, is who you mentioned, Kevin Durant, who 5 years ago as a Golden State fan, I remember when that happened, and the next day, or I guess it was right after the game, Steve Kerr says it's a calf injury. I'm like, that didn't look like a calf injury. Like, I always say a lot of athletes will tell you when they injure their Achilles, knock on wood, I don't think Porzingis did that, but an athlete injures their Achilles, the first thing they do is they look back like somebody kicked them, right? They're like, what? So that to me is one of those injuries, man, you do not play with. You want to make sure now it's the NBA finals. So obviously you want to have them out there as much as possible, but if there's one injury you want to try and not limit the action, but be as careful as you can possibly be, it is a calf injury because, knock on wood, obviously nothing happens to Porzingis, but that's, that can lead to something far more catastrophic. And he's got a lengthy injury history, throughout his career. Yeah. So and that's something you got to watch out for.
Yeah, without a doubt. So that's why it's kind of like, I understand them limiting him as much as they have. But with the Mavs kind of getting on their run, which again, obviously the game of basketball is all about, runs and how that's going to work, which I think we all understand. But KP is an absolute difference maker right now, which, again, I understand why, people would think, EJ, I think, said it earlier, that Jaylen Brown would be the MVP for the Celtics, after a game in 3 quarters. But I would think that Porzingis has played like the most meaningful minutes for this team. And that's why, to me, I think Porzingis would be the MVP, but it's close, man. It is 1A, 1B with several people.
Well, it has been, and that's what I said after game 1 of my show. I said Brown, I thought, was the best Celtic on the floor. I thought Porzingis was the most big shot.
Yeah, let's go, Derek, baby. What a big-time 3.
It's really big to slow the run for Dallas. No, I was going to say real quick is, Porzingis comes in. It's a nip-and-tuck game, to start that game 1. Celtics end up winning the first quarter by 17, win the game by 18, right? It was kind of dead even the last 3 quarters. So, in terms of value, Porzingis provided that throughout. And so that was, something that, it was huge for Boston. So if you want to, I've always been a stickler for best. To me doesn't always mean most valuable. So if we're going to stick to valuable, exactly, then Porzingis thus far probably is. Although Drew Holiday is entering his name in that chat. So
Tatum almost getting that dunk. That would have lit the place on fire had Tatum slammed that home. But yeah, that's the thing about the MVP award, just in general, no matter if it's finals MVP, regular season MVP, it's even Lively with the he's deflated. You can see that 3 crushed him. But it really is it the best or is it the most valuable? that's the problem I have with the MVP award. And not to say that it's a bad award or that it's given to the wrong person every time or every year, but what are we talking about? Are we talking about MVP or valuable or best? And that's the million
or like best player on the best team. Like that's happened in the past. And it's
and if you want to, and the best player on the best team, well, what about the best coach, the best coaching job? I mean, Bill Belichick, you could argue, should have been like a 10-time Coach of the Year award because of, granted, the Pats were the best team, this, that, and the other. But again, that's because of Belichick doing the coaching job. But yeah, continue. Sorry, Bryson, continue.
Well, one of my favorite stats to sort of play off that point is I think Phil Jackson has one Coach of the Year. I don't know if Eric Spoelstra has any. He may have one. Luka's forcing shots now. The defense is really bothering him.
Yep. And that's the thing. And that's why I think Luka is as talented and as good as he is. Tatum, he can't find the angles.
He's struggling to finish at the rim right now.
Yeah. He really is. And that's one
Come
of the
on,
things.
PJ.
Good.
Oh, way to follow that. There you go.
Uh-oh. Kristaps. Damn, they changed the camera angle. What are we doing?
No, he's limping a little.
Yeah, I know. Looked like he went down awkwardly.
Oh, he kind of hopped in that leg a little bit. I wonder if he re-aggravated it.
Don't say that.
I'm not speaking that into existence.
Yeah.
If they can cut this thing to 7 or 8, we just talked about, EJ put in the comments, if it's 10 with 5 minutes to go, you feel good. But let's see if Luka can knock this down. Nope.
Oh, get the ball. That boy, Tatum. Good rebound.
That's where Tatum's been his best in this series and really throughout the playoffs is on the glass. He's got to be averaging double-digit rebounds for the playoffs.
Yeah, EJ, the rim contesting is the biggest reason we need him down the stretch. Going at KP, meaning going up 2-0 is the best way to pressure the Mavs going forward. If you have to push KP a little more than you, for what it's worth, in my opinion, EJ, the defensive effort is so good right now. I agree. Shot selection. Yeah, that Holiday corner 3, which, again, Jalen just scored, putting us up 97-85, and Kyrie getting nice right finish underneath Porzingis. Great finish. Celtics going up 10 with 5 minutes.
They go 10 with 5 to go. Yep.
And then
exactly what we're talking about.
KP with a notice limp, though. Yeah, noticeable. There it is. Don't worry. There's been a lot of misspellings. And then frequent commenter, Sports Mom. I would be interested to know what everyone's prediction is for the series as of now. I still take Celtics in 5.
Oh, what a lob. Wow.
Damn.
Well, what, though? That lob is 8-point game now. That has been, I saw a stat, I think second place for the most lobs in the playoffs. It was Oklahoma. I forget who it was. Might have been Boston. It was like 12. It was in the teens in terms of number of lobs. Dallas is like over 60. So that's Derek Jones has been a big part of it. Like that's really a large part of their offense. Is getting out. And again, that's part of the reason I really like Dallas coming to the playoffs is rather than playing kind of a slow, Luka Doncic-centric offense, like getting out in transition, long rebounds. And again, Gafford's been great. Derek Jones Jr. has kind of been the key to that. But yeah, that's been a really major point of their offense, and curious to see if throughout this series they're able to get back to that. Because I remember at times against Oklahoma City, I think it was game 1 and game 4, Luka really struggled. Luka struggled with the shot, but again, the usage rate kind of wore him down a little bit. He's had a nagging knee injury, so that hasn't helped matters. So, but that's been, again, the lob's been a big part of Dallas's offense, but
exactly
gonna have to come up with some stops and knock down some threes at some point.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that's why, even like I said earlier, like Boston is, I think, more defensively sound than anybody, which is why they've been so dominant in the NBA. I mean, I even mentioned on my show going into the NBA Finals, not last Thursday, but the week prior, where I'm like, Boston won going away handily when they played in Boston. Then when they played in Dallas, it was a closer game, but the Celtics still did their job, because if you look at everybody else, it was Luka got 33 he got 37 in Dallas. And then I think Kyrie was the only other guy in double digits. everybody else was single digits. And again, regular season, don't know what the exact schedule for Dallas was. If they were coming off back-to-back, something like that. But either way, if Boston still held in control this team, which is so, and obviously, I know, regular season, different from postseason. Anything can happen. But as a whole, I really, if Boston can, in my opinion, if Boston can sweep Dallas or win in 5, I think it pretty much negates the whole easy run for the Celtics. Do you agree with that?
Well, the thing, my belief is, and people have compared this Celtics run, ironically, to the 2015 Warriors run, where against the Pelicans, I think Drew Holiday missed some time. Against the Grizzlies, Mike Conley wasn't 100%. Against Houston, I think people try to use Patrick Beverley's injury as an excuse. It's like, guys, it's not James Harden. It is Patrick Beverley. Come on now. What are we talking about? And then obviously in the finals is the most notable. Kyrie was out after game 1. Love never played in that series at all. And again, the most pronounced, I guess, missing, or most pronounced team in terms of the missing guys was Cleveland because of the importance of Kyrie and Love. And, kind of what I would say to that is, you ask, because the question for Golden State all throughout that season, Charles Barkley with the famous phrase, well, jump shooting teams don't win championships. Well, if you go on and win the championship, no matter what the road is, you asked them to do that and they were able to. There's Bill Belichick at the game.
Speaking of Bill.
Yep. So he's got some good seats in the building. It was funny. They were showing Shaq and Paul Pierce, and it said former teammates. I was like, I forgot Shaq finished his career in Boston.
2011, I think.
2011. Yep.
That was. I was so happy and also so sad at the same time because you could tell Shaq was a show.
Oh yeah, different stage of his career. But no, just to finish what I was saying about Boston, like we've been asking Tatum and Brown, hey, can you get the job done? Obviously, the Holiday and Porzingis moves were critical. Brad Stevens did a fantastic job, and big rebound there. But listen, if they are able to win it all, I mean, I'm not sure what at that point we were gonna have to say. You asked them to win it all, they were able to get the job done. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go. Let's go. Come on. Take advantage for 3.
Here. Big shot.
Let's go, Drew. Come on, baby.
He's been great in this game, man. I'd argue he's been the best Celtic.
Yeah.
Just on both ends of the floor.
Drew Holiday, since the Indiana series, has really made this playoffs his own. There we go.
Missed 3 by Kyrie.
Yeah, I Drew Holiday was a good addition. Jeez, what the hell was that?
Did he get rim checked?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that might be a dagger.
I'll take that, baby. Derek White from deep. See, once the Celtics make a handful of threes, just start printing cash.
Well, that's their offense.
Yeah. Well, again, going 1 for 9 to start the game, then going 3 for 15 at half. I'm thinking to myself, if these guys can just make a couple, because they're wide, a lot of their threes have been wide open. Yeah. A lot of their shots as a whole have been good looks. That's why I'm like, man, if we could just get this, if we could just do that, this would be a no-brainer.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, now I'm trying to remember what we were just talking about.
About the Boston Celtics run to the finals.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. I just listen. If we've been asking, I always say if you ask somebody to do something that you doubted they could do, and they prove you wrong, or not even necessarily prove you wrong, but they do what you were asking them to do, then okay, then I can't necessarily fault them for that. And obviously, again, the East being the position it is. Same time, part of those moves, they stole Drew Holiday from arguably, at least we thought coming into the season, the biggest threat to them winning the conference. And again, Milwaukee kind of devolved because of injuries and the Doc hire. But again, you take Porzingis from Washington, they were going to deal him anyway. So the fact that you're able to make that happen, which I remember when that trade went down, I felt like Memphis was the biggest losers in that, not just because they got smart, but the fact that they gave up, what's his name, the point guard. My gosh, what's his name? He played a lot in place of John. Played really, really good basketball. Jones, what was his name?
Mike Jones. No, not Mike.
No, Trey Jones is his brother. I'm forgetting his name.
Yeah.
I don't know. Point guard played really well. But anyways, he had played, especially when he knew John was going to be gone 25 games. I'm like, you think that's the guy you want to keep, given how well he played. But it's the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't expect much more from them.
Wait, Memphis got him, or is he on Washington right now?
No, he's on Washington. He was with Memphis. I thought there's a foul. He was with Washington, or he's with Memphis. Ended up in Washington. I think they might have ended up dealing him when it was all said and done to somewhere else. I can't remember.
Oh, Tyrus.
Who?
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones. That's who it was. Yep. Yeah, I really liked him. I was shocked that Memphis gave him up.
Yeah.
Luka's vision on these passes is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. 1,000%. But, so one of the things, like you brought it up, you said Drew Holiday. I liked the addition of Drew Holiday, but I wasn't 100% sold on it. I was kind of like, all right, hey, it's a good pick. I will take him over Marcus Smart any day of the week. As I've stated 1,000 times, I hated Marcus Smart. I thought he was the most overrated, overconfident. His ego was writing checks his talent could not cash. I've been saying that forever. And so with Drew Holiday coming in, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it's a good addition. We're not hurting the team, but it really hasn't been until the Eastern Conference Finals that I've been absolutely in love with Holiday, being like, that is it. That is our dude. And yeah, Luka come up with a great steal there. But
see if they can get out and transition, get a bucket. Like I said, that's been where they've been at their best over the last few months.
Tatum.
That's a good pick.
Kyrie, baby.
That's a good pick right there.
Great pick.
Yeah, well, listen, I've been a Drew Holiday fan I've always believed he was the best two-way guard in basketball. Of course, Clay at his peak, you could argue, but I guess post-Clay injuries, Drew Holiday was the best, like a B+ offensive player, A+ on defense, and was just, again, this will be, let's see.
Come on.
Rebound. Okay, Dowell's going to have to play virtually perfect to at least force overtime here.
Yep.
Okay, get to the line.
Yeah.
But, but this will be funny and I don't know how many times this has happened in NBA history. I may need to double check this, but this would be if Boston goes on to win the championship, a second time that Drew Holiday's been traded somewhere, and the first year he goes there, they win the title. So that would be potentially a boost to, dare I say, for a Hall of Fame case, right? I mean, he's got a gold medal for Team USA in 2021, the championship in Milwaukee, where you could argue it was the second best player in that finals. And then this series, he's again, I think he's been phenomenal in Game 2. So no, he's a great team guy, great leadership, role for Boston in Milwaukee as well. Yeah, he's a great dude in general. So, this would be, even though I'm pulling for Dallas, I would be happy to see Drew get another title because I've been a fan of his for a while. Yeah,
EJ coming up, got to keep up the defensive intensity. The officiating man call the foul when it happens. I know that's one of the things that,
despite the miss, see if he misses.
I swear to God, at least half the fouls, that are going to the lane. Is he going to make it? No. All right, then it's a foul.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Big shot right here.
Come on. Oh, damn.
Okay.
So frustrating. EJ, Celtics settling for, of course, outside shots. The Mavs continually driving. That's the problem.
Okay, here you go, Luka.
And
one. Okay.
Wait, that go in?
That went in. That's an and-1.
Drive to the rack. Yeah.
Holy smokes. Cut it to 5. Now, Luka struggles at the line for a guy as good of a perimeter player as he is. So this is a huge free throw. And see what he noticed there. He kind of let Al, catch up to him, kind of stopped on the dime. It's a classic European move.
Yep.
It's a big free throw. There you go. Well, the thing is, you were just talking about Boston's three-point shooting. Again, Derek White hitting some big shots here. Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown as well. Tatum hit one in the fourth quarter. It's kind of live by the three, die by the three. Again, it's kind of been their offense.
No, absolutely. But that's what's bothering me is I sit here and I go, like, what are we doing? You're up. You have a double-digit lead, 9-0 run in the last 2.5 minutes. Tatum, there we go.
Blocked it. Dowell's got numbers.
He's become the new Brown.
Oh, what a block.
There we go, Derek. Oh,
what a block.
God.
Was that White or was that Holiday?
That was either one. The two of them were up there together. I can't believe they didn't call that a foul.
Man, I want to see that. That was a hell of a block. Yeah, a bucket here. This thing's a wrap. Yeah, that's a dagger right there. That's the dagger.
7-point lead, 29.8 seconds to go.
That's probably it.
Well, hey.
I just need Dallas to cover for me, okay? I took Dallas plus 6.5. I took Dallas plus 7.5 on Friday, so technically I guess that should count because it got lowered down to 6.5. Let's see this block right here. So it looks like White got it first and then Holiday got it. Or no, that was Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. So what? Actually, the Rim got it. That's what it was. The Rim got it first.
Wow. Yeah, but I think it was because of the contest. Like he didn't necessarily have anywhere else to go. So yeah, they kind of just boxed him in.
What did you think of that goaltending earlier in the game with White? I thought that was a terrible. I'm like, how
first quarter
goaltend? Yeah, it was first or second quarter, but it was a goaltending on a dunk where White got all ball.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, was it? Gosh, I forget who it was for Dallas. Who was? Yeah, I guess it was.
I think it was Washington Jones? Or Jones, 55 there. Yeah, it was one of the two.
If I remember the play better, I'd give you a stronger opinion, but I can't say it's on the front.
No, you're good. I've never heard of a goaltending on a dunk before. And
it's very rare.
Yeah, EJ coming in. Celtics shooting so well from the line right now too. You have to feel. Yeah, I agree. And I feel like the amount of times I'm going to say it, I'm going to give them the good old announcer jinx there. But it's it's crazy to I was so livid because I'm thinking, oh, they called it a foul, and then I'm looking at the replay because again, I have the game unmuted here. There we go.
Luka missed.
Oh my God, they didn't call that. They're letting it go.
Yeah, the chances of them coming back at this point, yeah, it's a wrap. At least give me the cover here. I can't have some Boston free throws. Give me the cover. Give me the cover.
Give me
Dribble
the
this
cover.
thing out. Just give me the cover. Yeah, okay, I'm going to get the cover.
Thank
you very much, Dallas. Thank you very much, Dallas. You know what, though? You got to feel great about it as a Celtics fan because the undefeated record on the road. Dallas has lost some big home games throughout the playoffs. You think about game 4 against the Clippers, game 4 against OKC, and game 4 against the Timberwolves. So I think if you're a Celtics fan, you had Celtics in 5. So I imagine you're thinking split here in Dallas over the next couple.
I mean, I honestly thought tonight was going to be the loss. I just thought that with the history of game 2s, that after them being so 32 points, 12 for 20. I will take, as a Celtics fan, I will take that. 12 for 21, 32 points. Granted, he went for a triple-double, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. But overall, again, this game should have been similar to game 1. Had the Celtics shot better from 3, it would have been sayonara, see you later. We're going to Dallas, riding away.
Sure.
But, hey, you know what? I'll take, again, a win's a win. They closed out the game. Dallas made it interesting. 5-point game with just under 3 minutes to go. But with Boston's history of – I'm going to stop sharing there. With Boston's history, I'm like, you know what? I'll give Dallas game 2, but then Boston was going to sweep Dallas in Dallas, and then they'll win in Boston for game 5. Ideally, who doesn't want to win the championship on their own home court, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
that's the best.
At the same time, though, you know what? A win's a win. If it happens to be in Dallas, we'll take it in Dallas. Either way, we're getting that trophy. You know what I mean?
Listen, the only bit of solace if Boston goes on to win the series, the solace I can take about being incorrect on yet another NBA Finals, because, man, I've struggled predicting them when the Warriors are not in it, is the fact that it will not be the Lakers tied at the top for the most NBA title. That will, as a Warriors fan, will give me some solace. Fun fact, Celtics would have the most titles, Lakers second, and the Golden State Warriors at number 3. So,
really?
For what it's worth, because you got the 2 in Philadelphia, got the 1 in 75 with Rick Barry, and then 40 years later went on the dynasty run with Steph. But no, listen, you saw right there what it drew 26 and 11. That's 26. Again, I think you make a strong case that he could very well be, not necessarily I don't think there's a clear front runner for Boston for MVP of the finals. This has kind of been typical Celtics, kind of do it by committee.
Yeah, great.
But I think a game 3 in this series where a Brown, even if a Tatum were to go off, say he goes for 40, now it's like, okay, now what are you supposed to do? Because the thing for Tatum, and I talked about it right when it came in the stream with you, is he's been good at literally everything else except for making shots. He's been really inefficient. But listen, kudos to him. He seemed to kind of settle in there. Listen, the point where I started to worry a little bit is when Luka had that freakishly great first half, Kyrie was playing much better than he had in game one. Tatum couldn't throw it in the ocean, and Dallas was down 3. I'm like, gosh darn it, man. If you can't take advantage of that, some of the role players. But again, listen, I'm a believer, Tim. We haven't known each other very long, but one thing you will grow to learn about me is I'm a big believer in take integrity. You don't back off a take when you make it, man. You stay on it. You don't, because I think you lose credibility when you move off that. So 2-0. Technically, Dallas can still win in 6. I'm not saying I think they're going to win 4 in a row, but listen, crazier things have happened. My Warriors were on the receiving end of a pretty hellish last 3 games of a 7-game series before. So anything can happen. But listen, the thing that I would feel good about as a Mavs fan or somebody who picked the Mavs is you have to imagine the role guys will be better in Texas than they were in Boston. It's just that's the rule of the NBA playoffs. And then you hope some of the guys for Boston, maybe a Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. By the way, how big was that shot at the end of the third for Pritchard? For the momentum, it seemed to be shifting towards Dallas. But listen, kudos to the Celtics. They were clearly the better team, and this is a big win for them. Absolutely.
And frequent commenter, not Doug, Holiday MVP of tonight's game, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Defensively, offensively. Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing, too. Like, you don't have to lead the team in points to be the MVP, but Holiday came through in the clutch, had some clutch threes, especially when the Celtics absolutely needed it. What is EJ? Mavs fans going to cry about the no call? Oh, yeah, they were talking about
it. Would go either way. Like I
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Please. Yeah, tell me about it. And then KP ended with only 12 points, but his defensive versatility is his biggest strength for this team. So the health of him is critical for the rest of the series. Absolutely. That's why, like I said from the beginning, I had him as the MVP through a game and a half. Right now, I have no idea who the MVP, if the Celtics win it all, is. But yeah, I'm excited that the Celtics got this win. I'm excited that I think, even though it's probably not classified as a close game, that the Mavericks made it a 5-point game.
Well, sure, it was tight.
Under 2 minutes to go, or just over 2 minutes to go, something like that. And then Boston was able to, pull it out, get the try and do the math, 7-point win. Try and do math in my head.
Cover for me just barely. Thank you. Thank you.
Barely.
Thank you, Dallas, for not fouling, because the way Boston was shooting those free throws, that probably would have been a bad beat, so to speak, for me right there. But no, listen, that's and the thing that I said about Boston all throughout these playoffs, you think about the weird Game 2 loss to Miami where the Heat shot the piss out of the ball from 3, the Game 2 loss to Cleveland where it was just a physical mismatch, at least it looked like in that game, was the fact that Boston throughout the season, they had some weird loss. They did go 64-18. I mean, I can't nitpick too much. But as far as some of these playoff games, the close games with Indiana, the game 3 and 4 with no Halliburton, is they're going to play their competition. And listen, the good news is for them, they do have that second gear that they can hit that they clearly hit in the defensive end. So they gave up 98 to Dallas in game 2. What did they give up in game 1? Was it 89?
87 or 89. Yeah.
I think it was 107-89 was the final score of that game. So 89-98, that's a heck of a defensive effort against a team as offensively skilled as Dallas is. Even with the other guys not showing up, you still got Luka who can get buckets seemingly at will. So I mean, they've thrown a lot of guys at Luka and Kyrie, and it's when you have that many dudes, as opposed to just one specific defender you want to put a certain guy, it keeps dudes fresh. It wears the offensive player down because he's facing so many fresh bodies.
And that's it. But that's the thing too, like with Luka, is coming into this game. I mean, I honestly didn't realize he was questionable until I saw a tweet earlier saying that Luka will play, but was listed as questionable. And somebody I thought made a good point was saying that, oh, well, with how much love the Mavs have been getting since the start of the finals or going into the finals, that it's a perfect cop-out for Luka and the Mavs if they. I
don't think Luka's the type of dude that would do that, though.
Well, again, I'm not saying it's Luka, but I'm just it's saying like it's a perfect it's not a double-edged sword. They get both ways basically. It's if the Mavs lose, and Luka gets his, it's like see, Luka was injured, and then if the Mavs won, it's hey, Willis Reed 2.0. I mentioned it at the start of this show. Like, it's so dumb when I see stuff like that. But yeah, the Celtics 19.
It's inconsistent.
20. It is inconsistent. But the national media loves to pick a guy they love, and they will give him the benefit of the doubt every single time. No way. But Kyrie, 0 for 12 in his last 12 versus the C's. Love to see it.
That's unbelievable.
Love to see
that.
That
is. Now, I thought he played a little bit. I thought he was good in driving the basketball to the rim. He seemed to be,
Well, look at the shot chart. Are you watching ESPN right now?
Yeah, that was what I just say. Getting shots to the rim. Has he made a 3 in the series yet?
I think he made 1. No. That's a great question.
Because I know he went 0 for in game 1.
Yeah, and still, like, that's why I appreciate your comment earlier, but Boston lives in his head, and he lives in our head too.
Sure, yeah.
But that's why I'm calling Bull on his mental clarity. I'm like, dude, if you were totally mentally clear, you wouldn't give a damn about playing in Boston. You wouldn't care about the booze. You would go off on your do your thing. But obviously, he can't play. He can't play in the Garden. He just can't.
Well, the 0 for 12 will tell you that. But yeah, I mean, listen, the thing is, Kyrie 0 for 12. Yeah, the thing is here's the thing that bothered, the only, I guess, narrative that bothered me about Kyrie was the Steph comparisons. And you know me, I'm going to defend my guy. I'm going to defend my guy because not to come into a Boston Celtics show and relitigate the 2022 finals. But I remember a specific day, Tim Barnard. If you remember game 3 against Boston, Celtics won that game. And towards the end, there was a loose ball. I think it was not a dirty play by any stretch, but Al Horford fell into Steph's foot, very similarly to how Marcus Smart went into Steph's foot.
Wait, wasn't that Marcus Smart?
No, Smart went into his foot. I'm still pissed at Marcus Smart to this day because it was a dirty play, and I didn't get to see Steph a week later in Atlanta. That pissed me off. I'm like, gosh darn it. Now I get to see my favorite play in the world play. But nonetheless, and I see that. I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is how it ends. The best player goes down, and the Steph goes for, to me, the defining game of Steph Curry's career, the 43-10 in game 4 in the Garden. And that, again, that's every player's approach is different. And I think early on, Kyrie it was a long 2 he hit. They initially ruled 3, ended up being a long 2. He kind of turned around and said something to Celtics fans. I want to kind of see him, if assuming there's more games in Boston. I don't think Dallas will get swept. But I would like to see him maybe embrace that, not even necessarily a villain role, but like the antagonist role. Like, okay, you're on this side, I'm on this side.
But like he does, and he did. But the problem with that is he can't, like, how do I say it? He embraces the villain role, but he goes all the way villain about it.
Sure.
Being like
to the point where it affects his game.
Well, yeah, where it's going back to his days in Brooklyn, doing the whole, the flipping of the bird, stomping on the Lucky the Leprechaun, walking into the locker room and a Celtics fan saying, "You suck, Kyrie," and then he says, I think it was like, "Suck my,"
Yeah.
But it's that's what I mean by him going all the way. Like, we are up in here with him, rent free. No two ways about it. And I also said that he also lives rent free with us, where it's like, if he plays until 2030, I guarantee you in the year 2030, if he steps foot in the TD Garden playing ball, we're going to be booing him like he spurned us just yesterday. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Which I believe that if the Celtics win this championship and beat Kyrie, then I will be the first to say, stop the booing of Kyrie. Stop it.
Really?
We don't need it. Yeah, we don't need it anymore because we beat Kyrie on the biggest stage. We got banner 18. That, again, all predicated off us winning the series.
Yeah.
But, we're done. Like, what more as a fan do you want to do to a guy?
It's the ultimate style, ultimate way of getting revenge, I guess.
Exactly. Because, granted, we're not the ones out there playing, but, he spurned us. We hate him for it. Then we meet him in the finals a handful of years later, and then we beat him for banner 18. Why do we need to boo the guy anymore? It's over. It's done.
That's true. I mean, the only way it would happen is if Kyrie were to maybe get another ring, and then it's sort of like a rubber match type of situation, and then it's that. But
he would have to come against us, though.
That's the thing. Like, it'd have to be like a Lakers Celtics thing. I don't see that becoming, something that becomes a conversation. But sort of what I was going back to, though, I think you make a great point about Kyrie going all the way. Not to say all the way in, but I guess, focusing on the villain role more so than channeling the villain role into some big time performances. Because like the thing with Steph, I don't know if you remember this, but in Game 3 there have been, I think they cussed Steph out a little bit in Boston, but there have been some really.
It was more Draymond. It
was Draymond. Yeah. And Steph and Draymond are as tight as there are. So Steph's like, man, I'm gonna take it for my guy. I'll never forget that Game 4, and I'm thinking, okay, Steph's on a bum foot. How is he gonna look? He misses his first 3 shots. Hits a 3, gets the rim. And I remember he got Al Horford on a switch, hits a one dribble step back in the left wing. Boston calls timeout. Steph runs to the other side of the court and is just screaming at Celtics fans. I'm like, oh, okay. And he channeled that into, again, what I thought was the greatest performance of his career, given the circumstances. And so I think that's going to be key for Kyrie to tap in. But again, Steph doesn't have the history with Boston, like you said, kind of spurning the Celtics, saying, I'm going to stay. Then he doesn't stay. Obviously, that last season went up in flames. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be something that is going to be notable moving forward. But this is Luka's the first Mav to get a triple-double in the finals. That's not surprising. But
big Celtic fan, EJ Savage, also a big Cowboy fan. I still don't understand.
Hey, listen.
Hey, it's great to have Celtics fans wherever you can get them. These next 2 games are must-win for the Mavs. And then field goal percent off of non-Luka shots. 44.1% field goal off.
That's a series.
Shots.
That's a series.
Sorry. Can you hold on? Either EJ or Bryson, can you explain that? I'm trying to
basically
understand.
Shots that Luka didn't take.
Oh, okay.
So basically everybody but Luka, as opposed to everybody but Tatum. That's the 51. Series.
Yeah, 100%.
No, that's been something that, again, looks like Derek White's going to come on the ABC show. But yeah, he was hit some massive shots in the fourth quarter. I thought played great defense, and that's the thing for Boston. I think was especially after the Holiday and the Porzingis additions is you add the depth, or I guess you sacrifice some depth to have the best starting 5 in basketball. And we've seen, with few exceptions, as the playoffs go on, the bench continues to shorten, so it's not as impactful. Like a great bench, the regular season is critical, man. It's a long season. You don't want your guys playing 40-plus minutes a night, as opposed to in the playoffs, your best guys are going to be playing 40 to 42-ish minutes, depending on the situation. And probably two guys, really, they're going to have key impacts off the bench. Peyton Pritchard for the Celtics, Al Horford kind of be the key contributors. I'm not really sure why Hauser – I heard you talking about earlier why Hauser's getting as many minutes as he's getting. I guess to give some of those guys a breather and to even up the minutes. But, man.
No, I know. And listen, Hauser, I mean, he was good in game 1. Like, I'll give him credit for that.
Sure.
But – yeah, the playoffs, he's been non-existent. In EJ, he's in Kansas, big KU fan. The Truth played at KU. That's how I'm Boston. Listen, I know. I just like giving you a hard time. You being a Cowboy fan and a Celtic fan. It's all good.
Hey, listen, if there's any group, I shouldn't say group of fans, but anybody, a fan of a football team who deserves to be a fan of a multi-time champion, it is Cowboys fans, because God knows they're not going to be seeing a Super Bowl anytime soon. No. Trust me, that's why I got out of there. Okay, I left in 2020. All right, I kudos to you for staying, EJ, because you're tougher than me.
Yeah,
way tougher than me. Go Steelers.
Well, yeah. Let's see. You go from the Cowboys to cheering for the team that has tied for the most rings.
Well, I mean, in fairness, we had Kenny Pickett as our quarterback. I'm just saying, Then now we're stuck with Russell. I shouldn't say stuck. Russell's better than Kenny.
You're stuck with Russell Westbrook.
It's one season, okay? It's one season for $1 million. I'll take it. Okay?
On the line.
My ultimate dream is Russell plays decent. Dak's on the market. We get Dak Prescott. We surround it to an actual set of offensive pieces outside of CeeDee Lamb around him.
You're a Dallas fan, then.
Oh, I've been a Dak fan since he was in college. I love the guy.
Yeah.
No, I've been a fan. But no, yeah, that's a good reason to be a Celtics fan. Obviously, the Truth was wasn't it Shaq who dubbed him the Truth? I think it was.
Shaq who dubbed him the Truth.
Nice.
Yeah. Paul Pierce has always been my favorite player.
Look at that. 2 blocks, 3 steals for Derek White. Big time defensive effort.
Tatum was 1 rebound away from a triple-double tonight.
Really?
Yep. He had 11
So he had more assists than rebounds?
Yeah, he had 11 assists, 9 rebounds. Yeah.
That's pretty – no, but that's what I was talking about. I was kind of defending him after game 1. I'm like, yeah, the shots weren't there, but he's looking around. Porzingis is playing well, and Jaylen Brown's hitting shots. He's like, man, why am I going to try and get in the way with this? That would be kind of selfish on my part. Let's get these other – Al Horford in the corner. Let's get them some good looks, and that's kind of what he did in the second half of this game. So, yeah, if If we come out of this series and it's a Jason Tatum averaged, 20, 21 points on 40-ish% shooting, but but the assist numbers, rebound numbers are good, you could say, hey, he was technically, because let me ask you your thoughts on this, because I don't know if you touched on this. What was your thoughts on the Jason Kidd quote about Jaylen Brown?
I thought it was just him being cheeky, him trying to pull like a little, just like, and listen, I don't think he's necessarily wrong, because as it stood after game one, Jaylen Brown has been the best Boston Celtic.
Since you're talking about since game one of the series, the playoffs.
That's
because I'd argue playoffs, it's dead even.
Yeah, it really is dead even. Like, I'm not like, sure, Jaylen Brown came up with the big moments in the Eastern Conference Finals, hence him getting the Eastern Conference MVP. That's cool. That's fine. But it's been dead even. Game one, yeah, Jaylen Brown, it was, in terms of scoring, better than Jason. But still, like, I'm looking at I reacted the way Al Horford did. Like, yeah, okay, come on. And that's why at the start of the show, I was saying how I was hoping that it would be, Jaylen hits a three. So Jason's like, all right, well, I'm going to hit a three. He hits a three. And it would be this back and forth game, like a Pierce LeBron or a Bird Wilkins, type back and forth, except they're teammates. They're scoring together. You know what I mean? Obviously, nothing fell for nothing fell for Jason tonight yet. So listen,
see, I thought he was trying to play mind games a little bit.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by
yeah, sure. Like, it was kind of a let's see if we can make Tatum a score first.
Yeah, Jason Kidd being cheeky about it, like, oh well, I'm going to set a divide here. Like, yeah, of course, Jalen's Jalen's the best player on the Celtics by far. Dude, come on, really? You think that in today's day and age we're going to fall for that? Hell, Red Auerbach was the king of mind games, and trust me, if Red Auerbach were to say that, he would have done it. And I actually said this earlier. If Red Auerbach did that, he would have done it in such a much better way, because he knew how to get in the mind of the opposing team, so much so that the Lakers refused to shower or do anything at the old Boston Garden because they were
turn off the hot water system.
The hot water. Oh yeah. And it was that the Celtics, for one of the games, I think it was in '85, didn't have their AC. It was busted, and the Lakers lost that game, and the Celtics ended up in one. But one of the greatest quotes of all time is, while the Lakers are talking to the media, bitching about there's no heat. I mean, it's all heat. There's no AC. It's so hot. I think it was Larry and Red are just like, we played in the same gym on the same floor as you, and we won.
Yeah,
what are you doing bitching about the heat?
Although you could argue from their perspective, like, they prepared ahead of time, whereas the Lakers had absolutely no idea. It's like,
but that's the brilliance of Red Auerbach.
No question.
Well, even getting Robert Parrish from the Warriors was a brilliant move. We got Robert Parrish and the number 3 overall pick.
Yeah, that was back when the Warriors weren't as well run back in the day. That was one of the all-time fleeces. And well, I mean, that's kind of a rule, like your Patriots coined, not coined this, but do deals with Cleveland, do deals with Detroit. Don't do deals with Indianapolis or Pittsburgh, or do like the Warriors. One of the greatest trades I'd argue in franchise history was the Wiggins move, because listen, as much as Wiggins has struggled, he was the second best player in a title-winning team, and through that you got Jonathan Kuminga. So that trade has still continued to help Golden State. Now the Timberwolves are better run now, but take advantage of a franchise that kind of doesn't really know what they're doing, and fleece in a way that ends up helping you in a major way. But it goes back to your Red Auerbach point, is well noted, that Steve Kerr, I think I'm almost certain he took this quote from Greg Popovich, that in the NBA, 10% X's and O's. These guys know how to play. It's not the NBA, or basketball in general, is not as much of it's more of an improvisational game as opposed to football, where it's just nuts and bolts and just into all of that.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr talked about 90% of his managing personalities, and that could argue, to your Red Auerbach quote, maybe even the other team playing mind games a little bit. And so that was I'll never forget when Dillon Brooks, it was game 2 against Memphis 2 years ago. Gary Payton II's going for a dunk. Dillon Brooks clocks him over the head. Gary Payton breaks his arm. And Steve Kerr's livid after the game. I mean, Steve Kerr doesn't rip other teams' players. He doesn't do that. In this case, he made the exception, and I think that actually played factor in Brooks getting suspended. Now, I would make the case that actually we had a better shot with Brooks on the floor. Nonetheless, the mind games worked, and so, but that's a good point. I'm curious to see if Kidd attempts anything else of that sort in the series.
I think he'll try, but there's no way. I mean,
but it's Luka Doncic though. Luka's been down in series before and has come back down 2-0 to a 64-win Phoenix Suns team. So, that's game 3. I think is going to really, obviously, if the Dallas loses, the series over. But I think that's really going to give us a good indication for what it looks like moving forward. Because Kidd has been the ultimate adjustments coach, and that's going to be. Again, like I talked about earlier, for as many bodies as Boston can throw on him and Kyrie, Luka and Kyrie, that's what's going to be the curious thing. I'd like to see Dallas play out in transition a lot more because I think they'll get more open looks for threes. The best way, Boston's great in the half court. Well, you can eliminate that by getting them out in transition. Now you could have a Porzingis or a White swat your shot off the backboard, but you got a better chance at getting buckets to the rim. So those little tiny details will give Dallas at least a shot to get back in this thing.
Yeah, and EJ here, mentioned that too. It's like, here's the real question. If you win game 3, do you really care what happens in game 4, considering you can close out in your home court in game 5? And it's one of those.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have. Don't get me wrong, but it's one of those. As much as I would love to see to win on your home floor. I mean, who would? Wait, do the NBA Finals? Do the NBA Finals go back to being 2-2, 1-1-1?
Yep, 2-2, 1-1-1. Yep.
Okay, so they're done with
I prefer that format, by the way. I hate the 2-3-2. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
I'm with you. I hate the 2-3-2-2. But yeah, like I would still try to win game 4. It's just because you don't want to give the team hope. I know, like, again, with the Celtics losing game 2 to Miami and game 2 to Cleveland, that it's like, what's going to happen with the Celtics? It's like, no, come on. They're better than you. It's going to be over. But that's why I would love to see them win in the Garden. I really would. But if you have the opportunity to close them out in Dallas in game 4, do it. Go for it. Don't play games. Just go. Now you got Joe Mazzulla talking post game, probably just congratulating them. But
any sort of life, again, obviously no teams come back from 3-0, but you don't want to give them any sort of life. But also, I think just as importantly as that is just by definition, the longer you're out there, the better chance you have of somebody potentially getting injured. And that would really open the door for Dallas to potentially make this series really interesting. So yeah, you put your foot in their necks when you have a chance. So yeah, I remember my Warriors in 2018 were in that kind of situation where game 3 was kind of ugly. KD hits that big shot at the end to clinch it. Then you go into game 4. That could be LeBron's last game in Cleveland. Maybe the Cavs come out with a big effort. It's like let's just get this thing over with now. Let's not play with Cleveland. Let's not give them any sort of life. So yeah, I'd imagine it's that type of situation. But let me ask you this. So
yeah,
game 3 is Wednesday. Game 4 is Friday. If you lose game 3, is it hyperbole to say that game 4 is a must win?
No, I think.
So,
I mean,
okay, so you agree.
So yeah, I agree. I think it's a game. Again, it's the NBA Finals. Every game's a must win. No doubt,
of course.
But at the same time,
it's a game of momentum, though.
It is, and it's a game of momentum. Boston has been playing well. If God forbid the Celtics don't win in game 3, I want them to win game. Like, I want them to win game 4. It's a must win because that gives you the opportunity for the next game, not only because it's game 5 on your own home court, which outside of, I would argue, this postseason, they've been phenomenal at. Like, you need to close them out. You need to be able to have that comfortable lead, which is why tonight, you know what? I was nervous. I wasn't nervous because I was nervous because they weren't hitting their effing shots. But I wasn't nervous because I knew those shots were great shots. They were getting wide open.
You're going to hit those eventually.
Yeah, you're going to hit them eventually. So I'll tell you this. Let's put it this way. Game 3, if God forbid the Celtics lose game 3, but it's a repeat of this game where it's the Celtics having open looks left and right. They just can't hit it, and it's a close game, but then the Mavs pull it out in the final minutes. I will not. Then to me, no. Game 4 will not be it's
because it comes down to making shots at that point.
It's not a must win, like a hyperbole must win. I know they will win, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, but if the Mavs just outplay the Celtics in game 3 in Dallas, then yes, I will sit here and say game 4 is a must win.
That's a fair take. That's a fair take. Because again, like you know as well as anybody, that Boston's offense is predicated off the 3. And some nights are going to go in, some nights they're not. Obviously, they haven't gone in really at all this series so far, which is why it's all the more impressive they're up 2-0 in this thing. Now, again, some of that's because Dallas is, could argue, worse from 3.
Well, yeah, and again, part of the reason, as they just showed in the stats, Luka shooting below 20% in the fourth quarter during the series, and Derek White had 8 points in the fourth quarter tonight, which is more than Luka and Kyrie combined.
Wow. But you know what though, that's the part that would have a guy like me who picked Dallas worried, because that's the number one reason I picked Dallas. Like in games like this, I'm going to roll 77 and 11 to be able to just knock down those shots, and when they're not, well, the whole point of me picking the series the way I did goes out the window. So it's a credit to Boston, and again, that was one of the things that I was one of the few who kind of pushed back on coming into the playoffs, and even throughout the regular season was, can Dallas finish games late? I'm like, well, I've seen them throughout do it more often times than not. And Tatum, I've been a Tatum defender in that regard. Think about game 6 against the Sixers.
Well, but hold on. Because I want to talk to you about that.
Okay.
You're saying that Tatum finishes games late. He hasn't, though. Like, if you want to talk about game 6 and game 7 against Milwaukee and Philly,
sure.
Yeah, he'll, like, in those clutch moments, which I would call the whole game clutch, yes, he goes off. He's like, this game is mine. I'm going off for 40, for 50, and we're going to win going away. I get that because, again, game 7, do or die, that's huge. That's clutch.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about, like, the final 30 seconds, the final minute, like, there was a stat I saw where both, like, Jalen and Jason this season, when given the opportunity to hit a bucket to tie or go ahead in the final, 30 seconds or 5 seconds or something to that effect.
Sure.
In the final seconds of a game, we're 0-15 to that point.
Wow.
Like they both of them, but primarily Jason. I go back to the Denver game in Boston, where they had like 4.6 seconds left on the clock. Tatum gets the inbound, and then you could see his mind just go 100 miles an hour, where he makes a move, turns around, kind of has this awkward fadeaway, and by the time the ball gets off his fingertip, there's 2.8 seconds remaining in the game.
Sure. Could have gotten a better look.
Yeah, he couldn't even use the full 4.6. And that's where it's like, that's where, to me, I am nervous. Like, where is the game getting, can Tatum be clutch? And, of course, you're going to have the best, you're going to have him double team. The best guys are going to be on him. And I'm not asking him to hit a bucket with the double team in his face, because let's face it, that's going to be a terrible shot selection. I get it. But if it's a one-on-one and Tatum has the opportunity to make a move to give himself a good shot selection, I don't know if he can do that, because the contrary or everything says to the contrary.
No, that's a fair criticism, and the stats you gave screamed that. I think I'm more referring to the whole, like, you basically said whole game clutch as opposed to last shot clutch. Like, if you were to say last shot clutch, absolutely. That's him and Brown in particular. And Brown obviously hitting that shot against Indiana was something you talked about. Like, you were almost shocked that he made it. Not because of degree of difficulty, but the fact, like, I've never seen him hit that shot in that situation very often. So, yeah, your point's well taken. What I would make the case is, if we're talking just the duration of the game, or in the case of Philly, where he was horrible for three quarters, it was amazing in the fourth quarter, particularly from 3, or the game against Milwaukee, where if Tatum can get, can kind of put you on the ropes, put it in a situation where the game doesn't necessarily have to be decided in the last minutes, you're probably in good condition, good shape. Because I listen, I do remember the last, was it 2 minutes? 2 minutes of game 7 against Miami in 22. And in game 6 against Miami in 23, him and Brown both really struggled. And that's obviously Derek White bailed them out in game 6 last year. Jimmy Butler with the miss bailed them out 2 years ago in Miami.
Yep.
And so that's, if you want to say last shot clutch, I'll agree with that. But if you want to say, because I've gone on rants on my show that Tatum in the playoffs numbers are pretty good, averages about 24. In elimination games, he's really good. In game 7s, he's tremendous. Like, he's 5-2 in game 7. So that's kind of my point for whole game clutch as opposed to last 30 seconds clutch. Because if that's the question, then I'm with you.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm hoping that Indiana series lit a fire up their ass and was like, you know what? We can close out teams. We can, in the final seconds, hit a shot to win or go ahead. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And yeah, that Brown 3, I remember him throwing it up, and I'm just sitting there kind of like feeling like Marcus Smart just shot a 3-pointer around. Like, oh, good God. And then all of a sudden it went in. I'm like,
you really didn't like Marcus Smart, did you?
Oh, well, listen.
I understand why, by the way. I'm
yeah. Was he a great hustle player?
Yeah,
yes.
Of course.
And this is the argument I get in with Celtics fans. The love and admiration for Marcus Smart was way over the top. Just like the love and admiration for Jay Crowder was way over the top. And that's where it drives me nuts, because I'm like, guys, why are you in love with a great hustle player? I don't care. He can hustle.
Well, I would argue every fan base has kind of like that. The
of course, yes,
gritty player. But as far as the
gritty player, yes, we all love the gritty player. I'm not like that's not what I mean. It's just kind of like the idea that, again, like I mentioned, his ego was writing checks his talent couldn't cash. When we all knew 2 years ago that this is Jason Tatum's team, and yet we could all tell Marcus Smart was still butthurt that he wasn't the leader to the media. And in the finals game against the Warriors in game 1, Ime Udoka sat Marcus Smart for the final 5 minutes of the game.
And they went crazy from 3.
And they went crazy. And he was sitting there going, I don't like this. I'm not out there. Like, it's like, dude, you're not the guy. Stop acting like
he was getting cooked by Steph and was missing 3. So yeah, I remember that game. I remember after that game was over, I was kind of shook. Like, what the Derek White, I think, hit the go ahead shot. Brown was great. That's probably why I did like the Marcus Smart trade. Shipping him to Memphis and getting Porzingis' return is not just the addition of Porzingis, but we hear addition by subtraction. Well, you got addition on top of an addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what, and to see him get traded, and then you have Celtics fans going nuts, going like, we shouldn't be doing, like, we can't, how can we trade Marcus Smart? He's the heart and soul of this team. It's like, oh, for the love of God, guys, like, can you please just look at this team with an ounce of
objectivity?
Thank you. Like, that's all I'm asking, because that's how can you sit there and defend that shot in game 6 against Miami? You can't.
Bad. But I mean, you could argue if he takes a dribble and misses, now Derek White's not the hero. I mean, it was a bad shot. I agree with you, but it was it was a well defended play by Miami. Sure,
exactly. The whole thing, 100%. I mean, hell, for Derek White to inbound the ball and for him to run to the basket the way he did, unbelievable. But still, you're right. I mean, Tatum has taken a bunch of shots like that where he does this sideways fadeaway. You're like, dude, stop. Like, please set yourself up for a good shot. Derek White's miss earlier in the game, that miss wide right, on the transition 3 attempt, I think in the third quarter. You're like, Derek, if you just planted, waited a second, then shot, you would have had a wide open attempt. Everything would have been fine. You could have lined it up better. But Marcus Smart, getting back to the point, it was, I'm just like, his ego was writing checks his talent couldn't cash. I can't help but say that over and over again, because I think that makes the most sense.
Sure, it does.
And I was pumped And now, listen, was I nervous about Porzingis due to his injury history and him going around the league a couple of times? Yeah, I was. But I also thought about it too, being like, well, listen, as long as we can limit him, stay healthy. I don't see why we can't, be better. So I was pumped. Meanwhile, everyone else was like pissed. I'm like, guys, come on, stop it, will you?
Well, I have a, well, it's not really my thing. I will be completely honest with you. I stole it from Colin Cowherd, but I believe it to be true that aggressive wins in sports. Mm-hmm. It may bust. Yeah, the Porzingis trade.
Yeah.
The holiday trade, I loved all along. The Porzingis trade was risky. I think he'd only played 50-something games a year prior with Washington. They'd sat him, once they were out of the playoffs, but still, he'd had a lengthy injury history.
Yep.
But if it works, because again, it's kind of the definition of insanity is trying something over and over again and expect a different result. The Marcus Smart thing, there was a ceiling on that. So if the Porzingis thing doesn't work, okay, it doesn't work. But you know what the prior experiment was, and how you couldn't get to exactly where you wanted to be with that. So again, obviously hindsight's 2020. If Porzingis blows out his knee, God forbid, in November, we're not having this conversation. But at the very least, you say, hey, Brad Stevens took a swing, he connected on it. It was a home run move, and Porzingis, was the MVP, I think, of game one, and has been excellent throughout the series, particularly in the defensive end. But I'm curious to see what his health update is at this point, because I think they took him out of the game after he messed up, whether his knee as his calf. That's going to be – I'd almost wondered if they sit him for game 3, make sure he's fresh, ready to go. Again, as I talked about earlier, that the calf injury is the last thing you want to screw with. That if he were to blow it out, that's a devastating loss for Boston. Whereas if you sit him for maybe a game 4 that you need more, it's maybe a different story. So – the management of that injury is going to be interesting to watch for Boston.
Oh yeah, and with Al Horford too being 38 years old, and
you don't want him playing high minutes.
No, but then of course too, who else do we have? Luke Cornett. Sure. I don't like that either. But either way, you gotta deal with what you got. So Bryson, thank you again for joining the live stream game 2. It was a lot of fun. You came into the fourth quarter, post-game, great time. Thank you to everybody who commented on the live stream, everyone who watched, stayed with us for the full now 3 hours and 17 minutes doing this. It was a blast. I don't think I'll be able to do it on Wednesday, but I will try to be able to do it on Friday. I don't know. It's still up in the air. So if we can get at least one more of these in, it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you guys.
Need more of these, man.
Yeah. Well, too bad the damn Red Sox aren't going to be good enough, because we could do that.
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
Yeah. We could do a live
stream.
But yeah. So thank you all tuning in to the Grid Network. This is the Boston Sports Summit presented by the Grid Network. I'm your host, Tim Barner. We have the host of the Carving It Up podcast, Bryson Carver. A lot of fun. Thank you, Bryson. Thank you, everyone. And hey, 2 games down, 2 more to go. Let's hope they can. Let's hope they get it in 4 or no later than 5, because that's what I got. 5.
I imagine, yeah.
So thank you. God bless. Have a great Sunday night, and we get to kick off our week with the Celtics up 2-0 over the Mavs in the NBA Finals. We're on our way to Banner 18. See you guys. Thank you very much.
See y'all.